Hello. We're
Good
live.
afternoon, good evening
Stretch, 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 stretch. Ooh, ooh.
from
Hi.
from Westchester County, New York. No, just
What?
kidding.
That's where I grew up. Next to, actually. My grandmother
Oh
lived
God,
there.
so you're to blame for CC, Chris from Westchester County.
Oh, that's right. I wish I had run into him back then. I would have knocked his block off.
Literally or metaphorically?
Well, both. Because I
Fair
would
enough.
love to show him the curve.
Now that
Boom.
sounds like a good time.
Not for him, I wouldn't be. Not that kind
Or
of show him the curve.
or do you mean the curve of the front bumper?
I'm not saying nothing.
Very
Plausible
wise.
deniability.
Absolutely.
What's everybody doing today? It's
Um.
weird. I don't know if I like this time for this.
Well, I would have thought it'd be nicer for you than 3 o'clock in the bloody morning.
I
That
know
is
I like 3 o'clock in the morning. I
I
do.
do as I do as well. It goes past so nicely when you've got your eyes closed and you're asleep.
Yeah, but you're a
I
sleeper.
hardly
I'm
ever notice
not.
it.
You're one of
Yeah.
those sleeper people.
Hmm. Yep. It's all part of my
It's
in,
weird though.
unfathomable charm.
No, I'm saying that. I always pictured you as a morning person, early morning
Oh,
person.
hell no. The only morning bit about me is when I used to sort of slope home, cloak
In the early, yeah.
shrouded around me against the rays of dawn, get back into my coffin. Yeah.
No, like, 'cause you're so regimented in your schedule and everything. Well, it's Tuesday at this time. Let's do this. I'm not
Mm,
knocking it. It's good to have a schedule, but you have a schedule. I'm just
I
saying.
I wasn't always that way.
But it's cool. At least I always know what's up. Like, oh, okay, Simon's here right now. So I don't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I always know where to find you.
Right. Yeah, it's strange. I always know where to find me as well. I sort of look down and there I am.
It's too. I don't know. I
You
was going to
can't
say
say
it's
it's too early.
too early. I was going to say it's
Gotcha.
too early. Because it is, though. I don't. I feel more tired now than I do, usually do it at 3 a.m. I don't
Right.
know why.
It's your
I didn't
body
even make
trying to
coffee.
adjust.
I didn't even make coffee.
I know. It's
I, we,
that should be a crime.
I need an automatic. Well, I could set it the night before, but I tried that once,
And
and
you
it
slept through it?
no, it tasted like the paper of the filter when I got
Ah,
it finally. It wasn't.
right.
I like it fresh. It's in the bag. It's out of the bag. It's through the filter. It's in my mouth.
Hmm. Yeah, I
But
must admit, yeah, filter coffee is good, but if it sits around for too long,
yeah,
nah, it loses a certain something. That
and
has to be
then
said.
it's weird for me to do the whole thing. Put the filter in, put the coffee grinds in, put the water in, and then not push go and walk away. But it should be making coffee. I should be drinking it, not leaving
Hmm.
it there. I feel like I'm abandoning a child. Honey, I'm sorry.
It's a
Uh,
coffee bean, not a human being.
I'm just saying. It doesn't seem right. You don't put the stuff together and not see it through. Right then and there.
I I sort of can understand you, but only because I'm in a charitable mood.
Uh huh. I haven't had coffee. Don't fuck with me.
Hmm.
Hi,
There's
everybody.
a yeah, there's a line and a song by Ian Hunter of ex Mott the Hoople, and I haven't had coffee for days.
Hmm.
That seems to sort of fit you. Good morning,
That would be
Bellywood,
horrible, actually.
who sadly says they are glad to see you drinking coffee at a more appropriate time. Sadly, there's no coffee drinking going
There's
on
no
whatsoever.
coffee. Stop.
Yep.
I just,
And
I don't see. For me, it's weird because it's not coffee time for you because it's in the afternoon now, isn't it?
yes,
That's not what I wanted this for. I wanted this to be, you know, we all have the morning together,
yeah.
even though it
Well,
would be really early for me. I'm okay with that
well,
because I want to spend your morning with you.
well.
Does that make sense?
I've got a can of iron brew if that helps.
Oh, I think I have one left. But I don't want
And
that. I want some coffee.
I I have to say sorry. I've already had my coffee for the day,
See? It's not cool.
but that was
I
at
think we
lunch.
should do it earlier.
Okay.
Well, I don't know why you wait till lunch for coffee. That's just ridiculous.
And hello, Lady Dragon's Blood, who is
Hi.
currently languishing in hospital. Hope
Hope you
everything
feeling
goes well for you
better.
there.
I hope you feeling better.
Yeah. Hello, Nightwolf.
In the hospital, you
Hello.
get coffee in the morning, though. So.
Well, I suppose it depends on the hospital. I mean,
Oh, please.
I suspect in the UK hospital you'd be lucky to get coffee at all. But
Oh, stop. You, I, she's not in some, third world where, country where they put you in a cave. She's in a modern metropolitan hospital.
yeah,
They're
and
gonna give her
likely
coffee.
I wouldn't put
It's
money on
a
it.
right. It's one of the
What's
few
that?
things they will give you, coffee and tea, because they can make
That,
hot water.
don't. I wouldn't be overly convinced.
I'm sorry, but
Eh,
here at least they have room
mm,
service now. It used to be hospital food sucked. It was all steamed, but now you 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 don't have to do three meals. You call up anytime you want for room service, and you have a menu you can order off, and it's pretty fucking good. So we've come a long way, baby.
she does confirm that you get coffee for breakfast and in the afternoon around 3. So okay,
That's
which
it.
is good. It's a
You
hospital,
can
not
have
a
coffee
hotel.
anytime, but anytime you should. No, you should be able to get coffee anytime you want. What about dinner? After dinner? That's not
I,
cool.
s- I suspect if you can actually get up and go to one of the vending machines, you could probably get a coffee yourself.
Oh, no,
Yeah, and that, a-
no,
and if you do get coffee, it's likely to be that anyway.
no.
It's not the yeah.
Ugh, you
Yes.
made me. Ugh.
Anyway, hello Nightwolf
Do
and
they still
hello
have
Sorcerer
those
there.
vending machines?
Oh God, yeah.
Hi,
Hi
they still have those
Cajunees.
coffee. Wow. Hi.
Hi Juggernaut Jared, and sorry it's been hell for you this past week. Hope
Oh,
things hope things turn the
yeah.
corner and you get better, or things get better for you. Hi Mindy
Yeah.
Williams,
Hi. See
and
how many Americans are here because it's too fucking late? Just saying.
yeah, shall I kick them out?
No, I'm just saying it should be earlier. I love that you guys came. Thank you very much. It's still early for us, but I'm
Yes,
just
it
saying
is.
it's not
Yeah,
3.
indeed. Hi Paracord Princess,
Hey,
and she's doing a little song. Does your chewing gum lose its flavour on the bedpost overnight? And I actually recognise that
is it
from
like
somewhere.
Disney?
Um,
Bed knobs and broomsticks or something?
don't think so.
Chitty bang bang. I don't know.
Hi, Thomas EG1 and King
Hi.
Crew,
Hi.
who has a distinct word of wisdom.
What?
Coffee.
Coffee. I know, right? Why doesn't he let me go
And
make coffee?
hi, Cheeky
Why can't be
Monkey.
so mean?
And
Hi.
what is a crime is him having a 2 chocolate sponge cake all to himself with double whipped cream and blueberries and custard filling with a splash of single cream.
Why would he say that? Why would he say that? That's
Well,
just
I said it
mean.
because he wrote it.
Well, that's
And
mean. That's mean.
you
I
can
don't got
leave
that.
the custard and whipped cream out of it, as
No,
far as I'm
sound
concerned.
except for the blueberries. I'm not fond
Hmm.
of blueberries on the cake.
Uh,
in a muffin, but not a cake. Good.
Hi, Jason. Oh dear.
Hi.
We
What?
started so late, he had to get out of bed to get some rest. Sorry, he had to go to bed to get rest.
See? They agree.
Mm-hmm.
They
Oh,
agree.
AMG, can we
What?
say hi to Mindy's grandson, Cameron?
Hi,
Hi,
Cameron.
Cameron.
Hi.
Hope you're
Welcome.
doing well.
I want coffee. Make him let me get coffee, Cameron.
Hmm.
I want coffee, and you won't let me get it.
I know I'm a cruel, evil sack boy,
Yeah, yeah.
and if you're lucky, I'll unchain you from the bedpost so you can go and get the coffee
Hey,
later.
Cameron's here. Shut up. It's not fun. He's in England, Cameron. Don't listen to me. I'm in Colorado. It's very far. Don't listen to what he says. We
Apparently,
don't know
he's
how old
giggling.
he is. I don't. I don't know him really. I don't know. Help! Help!
Yes, sorry
Help!
about that, Nightwolf, who was here at 3, and he's not an
I
American.
know.
So, mea culpa, I've been having a couple of sleeping issues and various odds and sods, and couldn't guarantee that I'd actually be
Yeah,
awake at the
because
time we
he
started.
actually did get some sleep, thankfully.
Yes.
See how good he sounds?
Yep.
He didn't sound like that before.
No.
Like yesterday, you were like, ugh. Did I talk to
Hmm.
you yesterday, even? Or the day
Yeah.
before?
Yesterday, a little bit, yeah.
Nah, I don't
Briefly, I
remember.
think. Maybe.
No,
Um,
pretty
maybe
sure
not. I'm
not.
not sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty sure not. No, we texted, but we did not talk.
Right. Okay. Good morning, Zazuzi Quinn.
Zuzi. Zizi.
Thomas, them's fighting words.
What? Which ones?
4-ounce espresso of French fries sitting right in front of him now.
Mm.
Oh, apart from the fact I'm not a great fan of espresso, you're okay. Oh, ATB Films. Hi there, and
Hi.
thank you for gifting 10 memberships. Wow.
Ooh.
Um,
He'd let
and
me
from
get
base
coffee.
scores, yeah. Minty Williams, Pat Dallagher, Ziggy for the Facts, Gary, Abby Pollen, Dave Malik, The Plot Hole, Tiger Lily 2013, P. Barnes II, and Emma A. Are all lucky
Ooh.
recipients. So thank you for that.
Neato.
Anthony, very nice of you.
I got water at least.
And just think, if you apply your imagination to it, you can imagine that water having passed through
No,
coffee
no,
grounds and
no,
filtered.
no, no, no. First of all, it's cold. Second of all, no.
Have you never heard of a frappuccino?
Ew. I want hot coffee. It's morning. Ugh, it's not summer yet. He has no idea. No clue.
Yes, Zuzi, ATB Films does rock.
He does. He does. You should
Mhm.
see him with a VR gun. Holy shit. Dude is fast. John Wick. Nothing on him. Just saying. Speaking of which, I've never seen that
Mhm.
first movie, and I want to
What,
see it.
the first John Wick one?
Yeah.
It's a good film.
I know, right? Like, I saw uh,
Have you?
Parabellum, because I like the word Parabellum. It's one of my favorites.
Okay, yep.
And just like it. And I was like, wow. Um, even as outlandish as, someone getting, you know, run into by a car and then jumping up and kicking it with the leg he got hit with first. Um, it's still really realistic. For most of it, the fighting is like you see them getting tired. You know, his style, the style they use, the grappling, really good. I like the stunt work in it a lot.
I'm not sure whether I've seen it.
Parabellum.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, the name I think I know as a film, but obviously because of also the 9mm
It's the
Parabellum
third
round
one.
and
I think the third one is it, guys?
What? What? The third John Wick film?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. Is it?
it's
It got a
Parvel.
subtitle. Ah, okay. Yep. I think I have
Yeah,
seen that then.
sorry. Sorry.
Right.
No, but
Sorry.
I need to see the others, and I'm excited for the new one.
Right.
Because it's just so weird also to see Keanu play that kind of character. Because he's a tough guy and all. Shit, he does most of his own stunt work, including the driving. But knowing the type of person he is, he's a really nice guy. You see it all the
Right.
time. Like he meets a fan of his, and he's like, you know, super super sweet to them. Um, takes
Well,
time
that's.
out for people. I just
I
saw a
know.
video of a kid meeting him, and the kid's like crying. He's so happy,
Yeah.
and he's just like, yeah. And he took time to talk to the kid because like that kid's gonna remember that forever, you know?
Yeah. I know it's a cliche, but that's why they call it acting. But yeah,
I know, but I'm just saying.
but I appreciate your point. I mean, there are some people who are.
I
I,
wouldn't
I
expect him to be an assassin the way he is in that
yeah.
movie. Like that movie, as much as we love him in the movie, don't forget he's a monster. His character's a
Yes.
monster.
Yeah. Well, assassin and sort of QED.
Yeah, and the best assassin in the and he's not even in the game anymore. 5 years out, something like that. So
Mhm.
yeah, and so he's not in his prime anymore. Can you imagine what he was like in his prime? That's fucking scary.
Yeah.
How many people has he killed, and why, and what kind of people were they? Always bad guys? I don't know.
Hmm.
But
Um.
I know
Well,
I'm
that's the
kind of
thing.
being hypocritical though, because there are other characters that I don't see a
Yeah.
problem. Yeah, you know what I'm talking
Um. Yeah. I mean, you could have a an ethical assassin who only assassinates bad people, but then again,
about. He's
who
still an
decides good
assassin.
or bad?
Yeah. Or like I don't feel like certain bad guys are truly bad guys either. Like we have with Tony Soprano.
Hmm. You have sort of anti-heroes and stuff like that, but yeah,
I don't.
as
I
I
think
as
Tony Soprano's not a bad guy. You know, I
well,
don't see him as a bad guy.
apart from being a sort of quasi leading mafia boss, yeah, he's a great guy.
You know what I'm talking about.
I
He
know.
loves his
Yeah.
family. He like there's reasons why I don't think
Yes.
he's a bad guy. He's not a good guy, but I don't think he's a bad guy.
Oh,
Does that make
yes.
sense?
You can have sliding scales of badness, but the critical term is badness.
And
He's on the wrong side of the balance, but he is not
who's
near the
balanced?
well,
See?
precisely. Apart from anything else, yeah. By normal society's ethical mores, he is a bad guy, but he is far from the worst.
He's in a way he's like Deadpool because Deadpool,
Oh.
an anti-hero, if there ever
Yeah,
was one, is still not a bad guy. Even though he was a merc, right? He kills, but he has morals. There's a moral. He has a set of morals that he goes by, and they're not like really skewed ones either. If you're bad,
yeah,
if you're killing, I don't know. I think he's an answer to bigger evils.
yeah.
He's a necessary evil. Yeah, he's still evil, but
Maybe so.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm just saying, I don't think he's a hero. I'm not saying that at all. And we're talking about Tony now. I don't see him as a hero. I just
Mm.
understand the need for somebody like that.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, if and this is a very, very, very big if, you gave me a weapon with 20 rounds in a magazine, and it would be one shot, one kill, or what have you, he would not be the recipient of one of those bullets.
Yeah.
There are at least 20 people higher that would
Oh
be higher
yeah,
up my list.
definitely. And
And
some of them
hi,
are, but the killer is some of them are seen as legitimate good people, you know, or they at least they're on the right side of things, as you said, you know,
yeah,
talk about politicians and stuff like that. They're not good people. Big
a
businessmen,
lot of them,
they're
yeah,
not good people. You
yeah.
know, the Rockefellers do not have, you know, a clean slate. There's a lot of red
Can
in
we
their
can
books.
we just sprinkle a few allegedlys about just for the
Allegedly. This is just my opinion. Mm,
Mhm,
for legal reasons.
absolutely.
Allegedly.
Yes, and anything I say is for legal reasons, AMG's opinion as well.
Hey, I
Good
got nothing.
afternoon.
Sue me, bitch.
Hi, hi, Simon H and Taipan. Yeah,
Hi. Oh my
not
God, Simon
you're not
H. I
that
haven't
late.
seen you in a
You're not
while.
that late, Taipan. You're good.
Hi. Looks like.
Paracord Princess is with you. She says, "I know AMG. She feels conflicted about Jax in Sons of Anarchy. Never
I've never
seen it,
seen that.
so
I've
I don't know."
heard of the character and of the storyline. I get it. I get it. Is he the one that's played by what's his name? Hunnam? I can't remember.
Ah, looks like Cameron's eating breakfast now. Good.
I'm going.
So
I gotta
he's
make
he,
coffee.
he
Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
he's stopped giggling long enough to eat breakfast. Excellent.
Oh,
What's he
let's
having for breakfast, Mindy?
and no.
And Jason, my list, I believe, contains an awful lot more than the
Oh
things that.
shit!
What's wrong?
I forgot that. Oh wait, I just got a tip.
Charlie Hunan apparently is the.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh,
If
and
I
you
could
mentioned
read
tips.
it,
Reminds me.
yeah, coffee, nacho fries, or your bills. Source your red hair. For coffee, nacho fries, or your bills. Nacho fries, of course. Aw, this is all, oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
And
That's
we've had
awesome.
a. I'm not quite sure. Was that a message you were trying to send with your um, free membership message, Thomas? That's all I can see is a member for 21 months mutant, but there's no message associated with it.
I feel like there's another one there that I can't. But I'm waiting for a grocery delivery. As a matter of fact, I've ran it.
Right. Well, go and make your coffee.
Thank you. This is what I wanted to do. Thank you. All right, I'll be right back.
Right. Do you want to be muted? I won't mute her just in case she does what she normally does when she goes off to make coffee,
Oh, stop
and
it, you.
you can suffer along with me. Um, that's an interesting question, Nightwolf. Riddick, a good guy or a bad guy? From what I can gather from the films, he's a bad guy turned good guy more than anything else. So now I would say he was a good guy. And I'm not sure about sausage and pancakes for breakfast, Mindy, but there you go. I mean, pancakes, so yes, certainly. And who was it was wondering about why she doesn't go and make coffee? I don't know. To begin with, it was because it was just before the start of the stream, and she didn't want to be off clattering and banging around in the background whilst we started. But now we started, she doesn't mind dumping me in the middle of it, or to keep you entertained all by myself. So, um, Oh, I've well, apart from obviously it's the actor who played the role of Jax, I've got absolutely no clue who that is. Paracool Princess. So, uh, hi, Captain Cactus. Oh, he's outside doing some gardening. Oh well, yeah. Well, making the most of the good weather. If the weather that you've got is anything like the weather we have, it would be rather pleasant. I love hard work. I could watch it for hours. Oh well, that's me told. Sausage or bacon is perfect with pancakes as they help cut the sweet of the pancake syrup. Um, um, I'm beginning to think that what I think of as pancakes may not be quite the same as what Americans think of as pancakes, but that could just be me. I mean, whether they are the same mixture or not, don't know. But what I think of as pancakes are quite thin, just 1 or 2 mil thin. What two things are guaranteed to be found at your home? Coffee and band-aids. Me, it would be books and books probably, but to go with the flow, probably cans of Diet Coke and books. Yes, thank you, Taipan. To carry on a small typo that we had in AMG's Discord a day or so ago. Apparently, yesterday was in the 90s for Suzuki, and they're not going to break 70 today. Yeah, I've got no idea what the temperature is around here. I just generally know that when people start going, oh, this is nice, starting to get bright and spring-like, I'm normally sweating like a pig and searching for shade because I really don't do hot weather well. But yeah, life is like that.
Did you mute me?
Oh, nope.
I thought you did. You heard me? Did you hear me?
Yeah,
Singing and shit?
you didn't sing.
I was singing.
Well, if you sung, I didn't hear it.
Okay, good. Shake your ass. Watch yourself. Coffee's on. I'm waiting for it now.
Now, everybody in chat, 1 if you think you heard AMG singing, 0 if you want to lie.
I was
Oh, sorry.
trying to be quiet. Just in case. Damn it. I thought you muted me. Oh, I'll never trust you again. You said you were going to mute me.
I asked if you wished to be muted.
But you always do. When I walk away, you always do. You're a jerk. I hate you. I'm not. Good thing I'm not looking at the chat, because I'd be really mad. What are they saying? Did they hear me?
We have comments on. She was humming.
I was not humming.
To that was singing. We heard every misplaced note.
I was singing "Shake Your Ass." That's
okay.
Right. I like that song a lot.
Take care, Mindy, and say goodbye to Cameron for us.
Bye, Cameron.
We have a set of 1s followed by a. I think I heard a moose dying.
That's not funny.
Oh, that is quite cruel.
Your ass. But watch yourself.
Hi, Tiger Lily. Tiger Lily's saying it wasn't too audible though.
Thank you. Sweet girl. You are mean.
Yes.
You're very mean, and I don't like you no more. I thought you mute. You always mute me. You can't just change up like that. That's mean, man. That's rude. All kinds of rude. What if I like got a phone call or something? I don't
Well,
know.
phone call. Yes, I will tend. If it was during live chat, I'll tend to automatically mute you if you didn't mute yourself.
Well, if I was over there, I wouldn't have answered it,
Hmm.
quite frankly. I was waiting for my
Top,
groceries to be delivered because I'm getting pretzels. Mm-hmm.
right. Taipan would like to know that now you have your coffee. Have you got an extra keyboard ready?
Oh, Simon H, thank you for the tip. Thank you. I get to do more thingies. Thank you, thingies.
Um, Cajunese, I will book you in for a psychological assessment a bit later because he says I heard it. Was good to hear you jamming.
Thank you.
And
It's a really funny. If you've never heard the song "Shake Your Ass" by Mystical, you should. It's very not safe for work and rated R,
mhm.
and but to me it's comedy. I don't take it seriously because I don't, it's like a take on like a pimp talking to a hoe,
Yeah.
and it's really not. It's just funny. It's funny,
Mhm.
and
Tiger
then I enjoy
Lily,
it.
yeah, Tiger Lily wishes to assure you the running of the water was the loudest.
Thank you. And it's like I don't know if you heard my some of my stirring things fall, my plastic stirs fall, but like the chick that works for me now put them on the rack. I have like a rack above the sink, two shelves, and it's got a, it's a slats. Like you can't put utensils in that. Why she didn't put them in the utensil holder? I don't know. The drain for the utensils. Because they're falling through into the sink again. So you gotta wash them again. Stupid.
Mhm.
And I just don't like stupidity. Waste of time. I don't know. I haven't had my coffee yet.
You can certainly hear something rattling away behind you.
It's the coffee you made. Why do you
Mhm.
always... You have the most sensitive ears. And not sensitive in a good way. You're always like, oh, it hurts my ears. Ooh,
Oh, some
headphone
things do.
warning.
Yeah.
Yeah, normal stuff.
I,
Complain
I,
about the word. The
I
wind is
certainly,
blowing too hard.
I used to have fairly acute hearing. I think I've still got reasonably good hearing, but it does have issues when there's a lot of
Mm.
sounds altogether. I can find it difficult to keep track of conversations in a
Funny
noisy-ish room.
enough, being hard of hearing, I have the same issues.
Hmm,
Background noise completely drowns out everything for me.
yeah. When I was in high school, so sometime around about when I was 15 or 16, we were doing some testing with interference with wave patterns, and the
No, yeah, I
teacher
can't do
had
that.
a uh,
Mm-mm.
sort of sound generator, pure sound,
Mm-hmm.
sine waves,
Mm-mm.
and it was. Yeah, and at one stage, he just said, sort of, just to show you what range human hearing has got. So he started low and slowly sort of wound it up, and was basically, yeah, put your hand down when you can't hear it anymore, and somewhere just around the 20,000 cycles per second. Sorry, 20 kilohertz. I mean, I was the only one who had his hand still up, and I was sort of grimacing, saying, "Can you please shut that off? That's painful."
Yeah, I can't. Like, I used to walk into, like, the radio sections of stores. I'd be on the ground. Because there's something about the signals. I don't know. It hurts. It hurts my eardrums. I don't hear anything, I just feel it.
I suppose, sort of ironically, "hertz" is a good word for it because that's,
That's why they call it that. Don't you know?
yep,
Because it
yep,
hurts. Ugh.
indeed. as opposed to after presumably the German scientist who
Oh God. Here he
sort
goes.
of well, I'm just guessing. Sorry, I I
Mm-hmm.
I have a fascination for the definition and derivation of words and phrases and
Yes.
stuff like
Yeah.
that.
You don't say. Makes
Actually,
you a
I do
blast
say.
at parties. I bet. Huh?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Mm. I'm sorry. I'm so mean. I'm sorry. See what happens when you don't let me get my coffee?
Indeed, yes.
I'm gonna go get it now. I'll be right back.
Yes,
Hey, you can mute me.
judging by the lack of sound, it has finished brewing.
You can mute me this time.
Ah, isn't that refreshing, dear listeners? Right. Why is Cajunese looking all sort of? Ah, I see. Yes, Captain Cactus. Mm, did Cajunese mistype jamming for spamming? Um, and apparently not. All right, Sorsha. Apparently she's hypersensitive to sound, light, and touch, but she's also on the autism spectrum. So yeah, I understand that that can be one aspect of sort of part of the sort of autistic spectrum. Um, I wouldn't say I was hypersensitive. It's just that certain sharp, loud noises can be quite jarring and uncomfortable. And well, particularly if you're wearing headphones. I mean, if they come from speakers, yeah, sort of 5, 10 feet away, that's one thing. But yeah, directly plugged into your ears, that's really quite something else. And for being sensitive to light, occasionally I go through a phase of before I wake up. Well, when I wake up in the morning, I'll sneeze 2 or 3 times because yeah, the ears, nose, throat all linked together. So yeah. Paracord Princess Wants, do we tip through Kofi? You can do, but PayPal, there should be a link, and Venmo, I believe, are in the description. I think AMG makes more use of those. Um, yeah, PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App are all in the description, Paracord Princess. If you wish to be an absolute angel and help keep um, AMG's well lights on and stuff like that, because well she would probably much rather use the electricity to brew coffee than actually have lights on. But that's so. Yeah. Is there anybody's willing to offer help? That would be the way to do it.
What's up? What I missed?
Paracord Princess was just wondering how best to tip you, and after we ran through the normal, yeah, tip her out the
Oh.
porthole. It was
Oh God.
just a sort of Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal, links of which are
Mm.
in the description.
I am just. I was checking my phone to see if my Walmart came. My groceries. No, I don't want them staying out there because there's frozen stuff in there. You know.
Sorry, could you say that again in English?
Didn't I? Did I talk too
You
fast? What did I do?
you said it very quickly, and I didn't quite catch it.
Okay then. I'm just waiting on my groceries, and I didn't want them sitting out there because there's frozen stuff in there. So
Aha,
I was checking my phone because they don't ever
right,
knock when they come. I don't know why, but they never knock. They
right,
just leave the groceries out there and they walk away. And my neighbors aren't the type to say, "Hey, Tina, you got groceries out here?" No, they'll let them thaw out and get bad.
right.
It's happened before.
Mm-hmm.
Like in my old neighborhood, I could have kept my door open and one of my neighbors would have brought them in and put them up for me. You know, if I
Right.
fell asleep or something. But not here.
Right.
Well, one of
Apparently,
my
sort
neighbors here to come in.
yeah. Well, one's tried already. So
Yeah,
yeah,
several times.
yeah,
And if you're in my Discord, you'll see the guy who showed up what was it, yesterday morning,
mm,
5:30.
yeah, yeah. Sorsha um, is lucky in having noise cancelling headphones, and she loves them. Well, yeah, I
Mm.
tried noise cancelling headphones, but then I couldn't hear AMG.
Hmm.
Yes, that is a Bob. Hi, cat girl.
Hi. Yeah, you need them. Like I didn't understand. Like, oh, they cut down because like every headphone, if you have headphones on, they cut down what you can hear around you. But these things,
Hmm,
noise canceling, are real.
yeah.
Real. They work. Especially if you're going flying. Since like in the last 20 years, you should have them because with the lower ticket prices, they let anybody on a plane nowadays. And all I see is horror stories about that. A lady opened up the door because she was hot and went for a walk on the wing when they were waiting online to take off. Opened up the door and took a walk on the wing because she was hot.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah.
not altogether right, is it?
Another one was mad because they were waiting too long in the, when you line up to take off. And so she wanted to have a smoke. So she goes up to open the main door of the cabin. Now, they're online to take off. They're not at the gate. So the stewardess jumps in front of her. So you can't do that. If you open this door, the slide will deploy. Like you
Hmm.
can't do it now. And we're like not. She's like, well, we're still on the ground. I'm gonna. She got violent with this stewardess. And what pissed me off is everybody's watching and filming it. Nobody stepped
And
up to
and
help her.
not helping. Yeah. Trouble is that does seem to be people's first reaction now, isn't it? Is, oh my god, something is happening.
Let
I'll
me film
film
it
it.
for my YouTube.
Yeah, or
And
I can
like,
show
yeah,
my
some
friends.
people should be filming, but men at least should get up and help.
Oh, ever so sexist, but yes, I do tend
Well,
to agree.
it's physical.
Yeah,
I'm not being sexist. I'm being real. You can handle the
yeah, I
physical
know,
better.
I know. Yeah, I was being sarcastic.
No, you aren't. You're being an asshole. I love you. Love you. Mean it.
Yes,
You gotta take my measures.
I can feel the positive vibes from here.
Oh yeah, definitely. What's today?
Mhm.
Is today Saturday or Sunday?
Today is Sunday.
Really? Already?
It's the last day of April.
Oh my god. So 15 days from now is my birthday.
Yeah, and just to make you smile a little bit, a couple of days ago, I was in a little supermarket, um, and I picked up a pack of cookies to think, do I or don't I? In the end, I decided, nah, I won't. But I noticed their best before date was the 31st of April.
Oh wow. That doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
no. I think somebody,
Somebody screwed up.
yeah, somebody needs to be given a calendar.
Yeah. So what are we gonna do for my birthday this year? No
Um,
roast. No roast.
I thought we could blithely ignore it.
Okay. I'm up for that. Just send me my presents.
Well, I already have, and they're being processed through USPS now. So,
Thank y'all. That wasn't serious, but yeah.
mhm.
I just don't want to roast it because all the good roasters are gone. Quite frankly, um, we had the best of the best, which was SC. He just did it naturally all the time, though, so it wasn't special. Um, then there was Conspiracy Cast was really good. Like his first roast ever was for me. about me. He didn't even know what a roast was, but it, again, so natural it came to him. So, yeah, he's
I, it's,
still, he hasn't died. Don't get me wrong. Oh God,
mm,
he's
I,
still around. He's culture cats now.
I
But
still
I
don't
just,
like roasts.
and you don't like him, so we're not gonna have
No.
a roast. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind having a bit of banter and the odd jibe at somebody, but the yeah semi-official, yeah, this is a roast. No, I
I
just
think
don't
Cliff is
like.
gonna be very, very disappointed because he's good too, and I think he
Um,
waits all year for it.
yeah,
I'll let him roast me if he wants.
yeah. The tip info Paracord Princess is in the description.
You don't have to tip me, hon. You're good. Like, I mean, I appreciate it, but don't go out of your way and only do it if you can. Sorry, I'm taking my meds. Ooh, old now. Gotta take meds.
Don't apologise for taking your meds because you should be.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I.
yeah. Whether you sort of crunch and Google them online, live stream or not, yeah, it's your choice. But you should be taking your meds.
Uh huh. You're funny. So,
Hmm.
have we had our steak and onions?
Yes, my steak and onion club sandwich was absolutely delicious today. Not that it
Nice.
normally isn't, but it was particularly, definitely top tier. Chips were marvelous, light and crunchy outside,
Yeah.
fluffy inside.
Isn't it great? Like a good, a well-made fry. It can
Hmm.
be such a beautiful thing.
So, yes, it's a thing of beauty.
It is. You know, you got it because it's. I don't know if it's a science or what. Is it an art? But to have a nice, a nice crunch, not a
Mm.
hard shell, but a
Yep.
crunch on the outside and the pillowy goodness on the inside.
Yeah. To me,
Beautiful.
there are effectively two different versions of, well, I'll call them chips because to me they're chips.
Cause you're
There's
wrong,
the
but okay.
there's the sort of chip you get in a restaurant or in a coffee shop as a side order or alongside
Right.
something,
I
and
see what you're
they
saying.
are normally
Thicker.
uh, square in cross section,
Hmm.
about half a centimeter in cross section,
Okay.
and they should be light and crispy on the outside, say
Yeah.
soft and fluffy on the
Absolutely.
inside. Then
Fast food.
you get what I would call classic chip shop
Yeah.
chips,
We don't have chip
where
shops.
they're larger and they
Mm.
tend to be not
Like steak fries?
not not as yeah they
Mm.
would be about what you would call the steak fry
It'd be cool if they had
sort of
chip
size.
shops here.
The outside isn't sort of crispy, what have you. They tend to be a bit
Thinner?
mushier,
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
and those are really good as well.
Yeah, they're two different kinds of good.
Mm,
But,
yeah,
yeah, steak fries don't have the light crispy
yeah.
outside. But we don't have chip shops. Well, I know of one in New York called Pomfret, but,
Oh,
like,
that
we
sounds a
don't
bit
have them
French.
normally. Yeah, well, it's not. It's, I know that the word is, but like I
Hmm.
think it's Scandinavian or something like that. The people
Right,
like
okay.
they can't or Belgian. I don't know. It's like the old style, the way they make them. They fry them twice, like
Right,
once to get the inside nice and fluffy, and once to set the crisp. They're
okay.
really amazing. And you can't. The one thing you cannot get is ketchup. You love it there.
That sounds good. Ketchup
Yeah,
is
you don't like
always
ketchup.
always good in my books.
The only thing you can get there are the different dipping sauces they make, mostly
Right.
mayonnaise based. And
Uh-huh.
malt vinegar, of course.
Hmm. Oh yeah, salt and vinegar on crisp on chips.
Malt vinegar,
Hmm.
some good stuff.
Um,
You can't put regular vinegar on it. You gotta put malt vinegar on chips.
Um, Catgirl thought you were going to say, "Isn't it a well done nacho cheese fry a beautiful thing?"
Right? Now, a
Mm.
good chip will have seasoning on it then. See, I'm calling them chips for you.
Hmm.
And then nacho sauce.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like it a little bit better if the cheese sauce stuff was a little less spicy, because even the spice that they put in that is a little bit too much for me. I really don't like spicy, but I suffer through it.
Hmm.
I
Uh,
suffer through it.
yes, you suffer for your art.
I get extra cheese sauce. I order extras
Yeah.
because I'm suffering.
Yeah.
So,
Hi, Sensible Crime.
hi.
Taipan says you have to parboil. I assume you mean parboil by cook them first. The chips to
Mm,
sort of blanch them.
I guess couldn't you do that with the oil too though, like they do at pomfret? I don't know.
Well, yeah, yeah.
I
I
don't
think
know
that's
the
how
art
you,
behind it. I just know that it's good,
mm,
good stuff.
yes.
Comfort food, really. I'll take
Um,
potatoes in any way, shape, or form at any time. I love potatoes.
I
They're a beautiful
Jason's
thing.
saying a good fry has gravy and cheese curds. I'm assuming that's poutine.
Poutine, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Still haven't had
Yes.
that, but I found a place here that makes it. It's an Irish place.
Okay.
Pub.
Oh, be careful. Make sure it's not poutine you're ordering,
My, what's poutine?
because poutine is like moonshine.
Oh no, it's poutine.
Hmm.
It's fried
Hi,
stuff.
Gosh of Heckfire.
Hi, welcome back.
Um, uh, Taipan, yeah, a good chip is served with curry sauce. Yeah, curry sauce as a dunking,
Uh,
a dipping thing for chips. Lovely.
I'm not a curry lover. I like it enough, but
Well, you
not for
should be.
fries. I know it's your favorite thing in the world.
It's close to my favourite thing in the world.
Now, I wonder about tomato sauce. Hmm.
No, I don't wonder about tomato sauce at all.
I know you don't, but I do. Like one of my favorite little vegetable dishes has string beans and um, potatoes and a tomato sauce with some garlic and a little oil. Oh, my groceries are here. I
Aha.
can hear the bags.
Hmm. Right. I'll mute you and you scuttle off and
I'm gonna wait a second for the guy to, comfortably leave.
aha.
It's weird when you open the door and they're standing there taking the picture, because they had to take a picture to prove that they left it.
Right.
It's like you caught them doing something wrong or something. It's like because they freeze up for a second, and it's like what?
Right.
Just get my groceries. Ah. All
Yeah.
right, I'm gonna go now. I'll be right back.
Okay. Right. Gosh effect fine. Yeah, you use ketchup in the States? Yes, I'm sure you do. We we also have ketchup over here. But I don't tend to like tomato based stuff, so I don't go for ketchup at all. Um, and better than nacho fries with curry sauce. Yeah, I don't know. The nacho fries that I've had were pretty good, although it's been a while since I've had curry sauce for chips. But hmm, I think I might have to agree with you, Taipan, actually, but don't tell AMG that. Although I presume it could also depend greatly on the type of curry sauce you have. The one I'm just trying to remember what the heck the curry sauce we tend to have down here is like. Um, no, it eludes me completely. Um, hopefully, Catgirl, that's nothing to do with Friday the 13th, that Freddy's that's opened in your town recently. Apparently, cheese fries is affordable and their cost is good. Um, um, Sadly, Freddy's I don't know, Five Guys I don't know. So I mean, I've heard of Five Guys because other people have talked about them, but
Hey,
never actually
I know a lot of
seen
people
one.
like Five Guys fries.
Hmm.
I think I had it once. I'm not. Are they the ones that? No, I'm thinking about something else. No, I never had Five Guys fries.
Could they now be done under sexual discrimination for being
What?
called Five Guys?
No, you're stupid.
Well,
Okay,
yeah.
I got Cocoa Puffs.
You've
They
got
keeps
what
getting
pops?
better. Cocoa Puffs.
Oh, right. Okay.
Cereal.
Aha.
They keeps getting better. I'm not gonna have them
So
right
you're
now because I'm on
right.
the show. Yeah. Do
Well,
you
that
like your
would be.
cereal dry or with milk? Like, do you eat
Um,
cereal as a snack right at the box?
I cannot remember the last time I had cereal.
Oh my god, that's what's wrong with you. I'm gonna send you some Cocoa Puffs.
If I have breakfast,
Ugh.
it will be toast, coffee, and orange juice.
Now, it's toast or an English muffin with some butter and then strawberry preserves. That's beautiful. But cereal's great. I ate it my whole childhood, and I eat
Oh,
it
oh,
now.
yeah. I mean, I used to eat cereal when I was a child.
What was your favorite? Much You like Chex or
Phew,
something?
don't
Life.
think we ever don't think we ever had them. Um,
Life cereal. I'm
I
boring.
I used to like Shreddies with hot milk.
Shreddies?
Yeah, there you go.
What's a shreddy?
Um,
Like shredded wheat?
no, small squares of
Yeah, shredded wheat.
mm,
No? They're
shredded
not
wheat
like
is large.
frosted mini wheats?
I don't know what they are. So
Oh my god.
yeah, sorry, two completely different societies. We call similar things different things, and different things similar things. So
What
it's
did it look like again? It
hard
was
to explain.
small, tiny, big? What?
Um,
Did you take one to a bowl and then put milk
no, no,
over it?
no.
Like in
That
Australia, that's what they eat in Australia.
that sounds like shredded wheat. Shredded wheat are large chunks of compacted
Here you can get a
stuff.
mini and they're like tiny almost with
No,
frosting on one side.
these are about inch
Mhm.
squares,
Yeah.
um, about
Mhm.
2 or 3 mil thick.
Yep, that's a frosted mini wheat. Yep. When I say mini, they mean mini. Yeah.
Mm.
Australia's
Yeah,
had those big ones, not us.
yes. As Taipan says, they look like a lattice, and Captain Cactus says they were knitted by old ladies. Yeah, didn't they have an advert about shreddies being knitted by old
That's
ladies?
probably why
Captain
he's
Cactus.
saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like a cross between shredded mini wheats and Chex or something. Because the
Right.
lattice sounds like Chex, but the
Again,
frosted mini
checks.
wheats.
Don't have a clue.
Mm-hmm.
Also used to have frosties
This is like a
and
flake that's got frosting on it.
and cornflakes.
Cornflakes. Is Frosties like cornflakes with frosting?
Yeah,
It's frosted flakes, yeah.
yeah,
Tony the Tiger.
yeah. I was about to say Tony the Tiger. Yes.
Right. Um, I grew up on Cocoa Pebbles. I tried Fruity Pebbles a couple times, but Cocoa Pebbles was my game.
Hmm.
Captain Crunch too. I love Captain Crunch. It rips the shit out of your mouth though. It's like, here, honey, have some cereal. Ow, I'm bleeding, mom.
Ouch.
Yeah. Oh, stop it, you.
Uh, I don't think we get Captain Crunch over here.
Mm, you're missing out.
Cocoa
Uh,
Pops were quite nice.
well, these are. That's like. What did I just say I got? Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm saying, yeah,
Round
they were quite
balls of
nice.
cocoa. Yeah. They use Hershey's here, at least.
Sorry, we say round balls of cocoa. No,
Then those aren't. Oh, Cocoa Puffs, like,
cocoa pops with.
what are Pops?
Well, that's just the name of the cereal. They're sort of puffed wheats
Okay.
with chocolate coating or chocolate or cocoa-ish coating on them.
Oh, we didn't. These are chocolate right
The,
through.
did you have Rice Krispies?
Of course. Snap,
Uh,
crackle,
cocoa
pop.
co- cocoa pops are like those, but with a cocoa.
Okay.
Oh,
They make them cocoa now, too.
did you hear about the illegitimate Rice Krispie?
Oh, God. What?
It had snap crackle but no pop.
Oh, wow. Bleak, baby, bleak. You are weird.
Yeah. Yes,
So I was
indeed.
going to say I'm weird.
Mm-hmm.
So how's everybody else doing today? What are your cereals? Cereals are... I was wondering, because I was looking at cereals, thinking of what to get. And I'm like, I wanted a variety pack, right? Because, you know, variety's nice, right?
Yep.
But every variety pack has at least two you don't want. It's like they're slow sellers, so they're pushing them.
Right.
They put them in the variety pack. So you'll get like Cocoa Puffs and maybe Rice Krispies, and you get something else you like, and then like I don't know, Apple Jacks. Now some people like Apple Jacks. I never tried them. I don't want apple flavors.
Um,
I don't know.
Never heard of those. There was I can't remember what they're called now, but you used to get individual serving packs of
That's what I'm
cereal,
saying. Yeah, variety packs.
and there were, I think it might have even been called Kellogg's Variety.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So I can't
saying.
remember the name.
Hmm.
And there's either is it 6 or 8 in a
Yep.
shrink wrap,
Hmm.
and there's always two of one sort. But there's always, I think they're
Hmm.
always the same combinations of stuff. Uh,
Yeah, sometimes they switch them up a little bit, but there's always a couple of the ones
yeah,
in there are ones I don't want.
yeah. Um,
Yeah.
the way I remember it being is they only had about 6 or 7 different types of cereal, so they
Yeah.
did one of each and one extra one of some sort. But
Like the ones that I'm talking about have, I don't know, 5 different kinds. You get two of each, or 4 different kinds. You get two of
yeah,
each. So you get an 8 pack of cereal.
right.
The type you go to a hotel and they have packs of
Yes,
cereal out. Yeah.
that's yeah.
Variety pack. You get Frosted Flakes
Um,
that way. You can get everything. You can get, and now they have the ones in little cups, about the same amount of cereal in a cup,
right.
so you can eat it on the go. And
Yes,
they're cute.
Bellywood. They probably are a rip-off.
What the little single serves? Yeah, they
Mm,
are because they're
yeah.
not. Nobody eats that amount of cereal. Everybody I know, their cereal bowls are a little bit bigger than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Or you'd have to eat two of them. But yeah. I just couldn't find anything with things all I want. Like, I don't want Reese's peanut butter cups as cereal,
Well,
but
can't say I
it's just
blame you.
me. But they have the puffs now, and people swear by them. Yeah. So I was
Right.
wondering, what? How do we get our cereal? Like, do our parents decide our cereal for us? Like, I don't remember how I got stuck on Cocoa Pebbles. You know what I'm saying? And Captain Crunch, and nothing
Um,
else. You know what I'm saying?
I think. Oh, I must. I don't remember. I
Is
think
it
at
my
some
parents'
stage
favorite?
I used to occasionally say I liked this cereal, and we'd have that cereal for a while. Um,
But how do we
so
know what we like if we don't try it first? So how did we get to, hey, mommy, I want this cereal?
because
Cartoons?
presumably as we're well, maybe that, maybe adverts,
Yeah.
um, and going around the supermarket doing this usual small child thing of saying, "I want that.
Yeah.
I like those," never having seen them before because
Yeah.
they look
P-
nice.
nice box. That's why the
Yeah,
boxes look like that.
yeah.
Like, I would never eat Chex or Life as a kid because the boxes were boring.
Mm.
They had no, and when did they?
When do
Now
they what?
there's. Oh, this gets me angry. I'm still angry. I'm still mad about it, guys. When did they stop putting prizes in cereal? What the fuck? And now you've got these little, games to play on the back cardboard piece. When did they stop putting prizes in cereal? What a fucking ripoff!
They were intermittent in this country. Every now and
Oh
again,
no.
they had a drive to presumably try and attract people back to buying a particular brand, where there would be a something in the bottom of the pack.
I'm like, and like, if you had siblings, I didn't. But if you
Mm.
had siblings, you'd fight over it, and like, one of them
Yeah.
would presumably always, usually the younger one, pour out the whole cereal into a bowl to get the prize out,
Uh-huh.
and then just leave them.
Speaking as the younger sibling, no, not always.
Well, you said yeah, but here we had toys and
Right.
and everybody wanted it was like either a decoder thing or a special spoon, and then afterwards,
So,
God
sorry,
help you if you touch my spoon.
sorry, a Dakota thing? What?
Decoder,
Oh,
you look through
decoder.
it,
Ah, sorry. I thought you said Dakota, as in the state and/or aircraft. Is there a state called Dakota?
No,
Oh, the city
Dakota,
Dakota. Right. Yeah.
no, North and South Dakota, yeah,
Dakota. Oh, that's it.
two of
Okay.
them, got two of them,
Right.
yeah.
I thought there was, and then I just suddenly thought, hang on a minute, that's wrong. So yes, you're saying
See,
south and north. Yeah.
there's a truck called a Dodge Dakota too.
Right. Okay.
We did the strips
Um,
for it.
Catgirl has a question for you.
Okay.
Just just wondering, what is your avatar's eye color? She wants an idea of someone in the StreamYard chat suggested of doing an anime version of yours or others' avatars.
Hazel. It's a true hazel. They change from brown to green. There's two different kinds of hazel: brown to green and gray to blue. Usually,
Right.
mine's the shitty colors. Yay. The only time it's green is if I'm in pain. That's a ripoff. Another ripoff. Yeah.
Right. And Captain Cactus says, and of course, muesli, in case you wanted to know what eating like a horse was like.
Muslix. Yes.
Muesli.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd never go
I
near it because I don't want to.
I
Granola's
never
not
got
my
in,
bag. You know.
yeah, I never got into muesli. That was around about the time when I stopped really having
Which one of
sort
us
of
is
a
saying it
cereal
wrong?
breakfast. I pronounce it as muesli.
We say Muslix here.
Sorry,
Whichever way.
mueslix
Yeah.
with an X on the end. It doesn't have an X on the end.
Oh, then I'm thinking of something else. It's nasty though. So
Mm.
then there's the what's it? It was granola. Some kind of granola thing where like if you poured warm milk on it, it would soften it up. Dude, even with the warm milk, it was like eating pebbles, like real rocks.
Mm.
No, I did not like it. It was a weird name for it too. It sounded like it was going to be delightful, but it was not. Grape nuts. That's it. Grape nuts.
Right.
No grapes nor nuts. Well, a lot of nuts maybe, but no grapes. No grapes in there.
Mm.
None.
Well, is there actually a type of thing called a grape nut?
I don't know. I was a kid. I thought it
Mm.
sounded good because you put
So,
warm milk on it, not cold. I was like, ooh, I like oatmeal. It
right.
was not that. That's the other thing I ate growing up. Instant oatmeal, loved it. Apple cinnamon, Quaker oats, bitch, love it. Still do every once in a while. But now I cook my oatmeal, like.
Right.
But oh, that apple cinnamon oatmeal, you don't need
Mm.
nothing but that. Oh, especially in the
Apparently,
winter.
the reason you don't get hidden toys, decoder rings, etc., in your boxes of cereal is because, much like the reason that Kinder eggs aren't
No,
allowed,
it's
is
not a choking
they choke.
hazard. No, I do not accept that. told you I'm mad.
Hmm.
It's not. They were big. You can't choke on a spoon. Can't choke on it. It's big. You see it?
Well, not all of the little gifts you get inside are spoons, are they? So,
No, but why do Cracker Jacks still have toys inside?
uh, I
Oh,
don't know what they are.
you don't know what Cracker Jack is?
Um,
It's
yes, it was a fairly naff English TV program.
it's caramel popcorn with some with peanuts, I believe.
Ugh.
Oh God, it's an
Anyway,
all-American treat.
yeah. Um,
I never liked
apparently,
it because it's always like stale and shit. But you got the prize. You got like
well,
little fake tattoos or
mhm.
stickers, decoder
um,
ring.
well,
Always a
ba-
decoder.
based on your description of your eyes at AMG, so Susie has a dating tip for you.
What?
Thumbtack in your shoes as your eyes turn a nice green.
Oh yeah, there you go. But
And hi, Graham.
I grow. So like the thing about Cracker Jacks, they really always were stale. It's very rare you got good ones. Um, I don't know if they're making better boxes now, but they were very popular growing up. Very popular in the 70s, late 70s, 80s. Um, but in all these different things that had little prizes, there was always some kind of decoder. Why? Like, I swear to God, you'd pour out your cereal figuring you'd get an Enigma machine. The fuck? Who are we trying to keep secrets from? We're 8. you know? Eh,
I
What are we thinking about, talking about, and writing at that age that we don't want our parents to see?
I'm not even sure how those decoder rings work. So I'm not sure I ever saw one.
It was a simple cipher switching out letters, like turning the alphabet on its head or something.
Okay, so it was without trying to get too technical, an alpha shift.
Yeah,
Okay,
usually. And
basically
every once
the
in a while they have this thing with a red lens in it, and I'm like, why? What are we gonna see? Just in the newspaper or something? We're gonna put the lens over it and see? No, never made sense. Why there's a lens in it with a color when it's just an what you just said, little cipher. I
well,
never understood that.
this will make you feel happy.
Okay.
AMG. The alpha shift is also known as the Caesar cipher
Oh, nice.
because it might have been Julius was
It was.
one of the first
It was.
users of it.
It was. Now that you said that, I remembered.
Mhm.
It was. I love Julius Caesar. I gotta say.
So, what sort
Just
of
saying.
messages did he send you?
You're an asshole.
Correct. Good
You gotta
answer.
wait 15 days to say those things. My birthday's coming up, and I don't know if I'm excited or not. I'm not excited about it. But I'm trying to be not unhappy,
Hmm.
cause as you know, it's not good. My dad's birthday's the 13th.
Ultimately, it's well, my take on birthdays are it's just another day, and
There's a couple days I'm not gonna probably be
hmm.
around, 13th and the 24th.
Mhm.
But other than that, party.
Yeah, absolutely.
Last year it was great because um, Schroeder uh, made my birthday happy. Like he was not. I was working with him and I enjoyed it. We were going places and I was very proud. I felt good about myself for the first time in a long time. Uh, um, I miss him a lot. I've been thinking about him a lot.
Hmm. Hi,
So
Sally.
if when we stream, I'm probably gonna play the roast the roast he did.
Mhm.
Just a heads up in case anybody doesn't want to see it. He's good, wasn't he? He's funny. Jerk.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I want to celebrate him more. Which reminds me, this afternoon's show is going to be a bit different. Um, I have some things to say to certain
Yes.
people, and I'm going to say them. So, um, I might get a little heated.
Headphone and general
Soul warning?
yeah.
I might get a little heated, hot under the collar. Because
Mhm.
some people need to be told about themselves. I mean, think about it. Over a year he's been gone now. A little over a year. And frauditors still can't get them out of his mouth. Them out of their mouth. He's still living rent free in their heads. They can't handle him. And the man's dead. That's power, people. He's got this amazing power over them. Still a year after death. That's beautiful
I
to me.
I believe that
Testament
it'll
to him.
be at around about 11 o'clock our time, Captain, which would be 4 p.m. AMG's time.
Hmm. Indeed. Very good.
Mhm.
I got something to say.
Well, if you feel old, AMG, Thomas reckons he's old. He remembers pixie sticks and chocolate covered
Pixie
ants.
sticks! Sorry, I moved away from the microphone for that. And what? Chocolate
What
covered what?
ants?
Those not really ants. Don't worry.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Because honey covered locusts used to be a thing.
Okay, well, I would not eat those, and those were not a candy you'd buy in the store. Pixie sticks were not real pixies on sticks. You see what I'm
I
saying?
am
It was
I am
actually. Do you know
sorely
what a pixie stick is?
I'm s- since this is not Rule 34. No, I don't.
A pixie stick is literally a straw, a paper straw,
Uh huh.
filled with sugar, colored sugar,
Uh huh.
stapled at both ends. Our mothers and fathers would let us eat that.
Sorry, stapled at both ends.
Yeah, or glued or whatever. Like it was just it was a
No, I,
straw full of fucking sugar.
no, the thing I was thinking of, there's this thing that sounds like you sucking it hard, and having staples at each end just to me thinks I'm
No,
thinking
it's
you're going to be ingesting the staple.
have you ever seen sugar, Simon? It's granulated, and
Yeah,
when dry, it
yeah,
just pours. You don't suck on it. You clip off one end, you hold it over your mouth, and let the sugar pour in.
uh huh.
That was a pixie stick. I have no idea why our parents let us eat that. It was pure fucking sugar. I didn't even like them as a kid because it was like too sweet for me as a
Right.
kid.
Have
But
you ever
pixie
had a
sticks were
sugar?
big.
Have
What?
you ever had ever had a sugar sandwich?
No, no, I wasn't that kid.
Hmm.
I wasn't big into sugar. I liked fruits
It,
and stuff.
it's something to be possibly tried when you're a child. That's about it.
I had friends who did that.
Hmm.
It's like butter and sugar on white bread or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what. You smush it together. Yeah, I've seen it.
yeah.
I just could not eat it. I was like, no, 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 no. You go ahead, help yourself.
Mhm.
But I did try a sardine sandwich as a kid.
Oh,
I can't say I would ever do it again, but it was pretty good.
yeah,
I
yeah,
remember liking it. I do. Because I
right.
asked my mom to get sardines after
Ooh,
having.
yeah.
She's like, what? I was like, well, the girl across the driveway took out sardines and some bread outside, and she let me try some. And she's like, oh my god, that's weird.
Okay. And the call back to earlier in the conversation. Have you ever had a chip butty?
Who?
A chip butty.
Spell the second word?
Butty.
Oh, I thought you were saying buddy, like it's a friend of the chip.
No.
I don't know what a buddy is.
Um, a butty or a chip butty is effectively a chip sandwich.
Oh, yeah, you put the, again, butter and then
Yep.
some chips Potato chips, right? Not
Yes,
fries.
yes,
Because you're saying it, so I think fries. And then the
yeah.
white bread again, and you smush it. Yeah. I've heard of those too. I've never had them. I've had potato chips on a burger, though, or a
Um,
sandwich, like a real sandwich, but
yeah,
not just the chips and butter.
yeah. I'm not well. I'm not sure how it would go fully for you because your bread tends to be a bit sweeter than the bread we have over here.
You keep saying that. I
Well,
want
because it's
bread
true.
from you.
Because it's true, I believe. Um,
You
but
believe.
yeah,
You've never had our bread.
I've listened to
that
people. I've listened to people who have had and know about these things.
you're thinking like Wonder Bread, but I don't eat
Uh,
Wonder Bread
okay.
anymore.
Um, but yeah, it's the concept of bread, butter, chips.
Bread and butter is a beautiful thing. Just
Yeah,
right there. Stop there. Bread and butter. Love it.
yeah. Admittedly, yes, I'm a great
Hmm.
fan. But you just think you put chips in it, and you just think, oh well, that's just a chip sandwich. But it's actually altogether, it is actually so much more. It's a very good thing.
Yeah, it's not just the sum of its parts.
Oh, um, slight
No.
intervention from Graham. He's never been one to ask, but if anybody can send some best wishes to his dad as he's in
Oh.
hospital. Uh,
Oh,
yeah, I
absolutely.
hope everything goes as well as possible for him, Graham.
I'll keep him in my prayers. It's hard to have our parents in the hospital.
Mm.
Terribly hard. Like I never thought my dad could even get sick before he got cancer. He never was. He was in the hospital once, and that was because he was delivering something, and there was a covered hole in the walkway, and one leg went into it, and there was pipes in it coming jutting out. So kind of his knee went two different ways. Terrible.
So as soon as you start talking about delivering something at a hospital, I was thinking, what, a baby?
No, he wasn't at the hospital. He was in the hospital for his knee.
Yeah, sorry, you were using the term hospital and delivery in the same
Okay,
sentence.
well, it wasn't a
Yeah,
joke.
yeah.
And he crawled to the door of the place he was delivering it. It was a private house, and they wouldn't help him or anything. They just took their package and shut the door in his face. So he crawled back to the car,
Jesus.
got in, and drove himself to the hospital. It's fucked up.
Yeah,
I
some
started
people have
hating
got,
people that day.
yeah.
If I, like
That's,
I can't really explain how I felt about my parents. And anybody I really love, I'm the same. But my parents especially, um, knowing that person did that, at the age I was about 8 years old, I felt rage, true rage,
yeah.
and like a murderous one almost, like because I wanted to know who it was, and like my little 8 year old self wanted to kill them for making my dad hurt, you know,
Because you think, yeah, sort of back in those days, you'd think the least they would do would be to
help
say,
them
can I call you an ambulance?
exactly. You know, this is around 78. It
Yeah.
happened 80. So
So
yeah,
yeah, just basically taking the package and closing the door. I mean, yeah, that's just
because
yeah,
my dad would is the type that would stop and help anybody at any time. Like, and he did. Oh, I saw him do it several times as a kid and as an adult, of course.
yeah. I mean,
And
I've tried to be a decent person with
yeah,
stuff
like
like that.
any of us would, right?
Yeah,
And it's just knowing people like that exist, and then their horribleness
yeah,
affecting the good people just bothers me.
yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully they've had the same thing happen to them since.
Yes. That's sort of when you sort of start hoping and praying that karma
Karma's
actually is a thing. Yeah,
this I can honestly say I'd never wished anybody ill until that day, and that's the first time, and I've had it
Yeah,
Start wishing people ill. That's like the worst thing I think you could say is I wish you ill. I hope nothing good comes to you until you make this right or whatever.
yeah,
I think because words are power. I really, especially when they're backed by that kind of emotion, I truly believe that. But
well, that is partially how a lot of curses
mhm,
and stuff like that actually do work. You say the words to the person in their presence, or at least convey to them those,
mm, and they
and
believe it
their
when yeah,
own minds
mhm,
work against them. Yeah,
yeah, I guess. But that's neither here nor there.
indeed.
You
For that sort of thing,
know what
you
I
need to remember the threefold rule. Basically, if you
my
put
rule?
the threefold rule, basically you get back threefold three times what you put
Oh,
out. So if you
right.
put a curse out, you will get it back three times.
There's my threefold rule too.
I presume that's not for towels.
Remember, the, remember those who helped you through bad
Oh
times,
yes, yeah,
those who left you in bad times, and those who put you in
put
bad
you in
times.
better. Yes.
But you know, it's the rule. I knew it as the rule of three. But yeah,
Mm.
Karma's a bitch. I love her. She's my
Isn't
bitch.
that a bit sexist? Saying Karma's female.
No, no, it's just correct. And you've never met a
Yes,
male bitch? What? Have you never met a male bitch?
it's a bit of a
Eh.
oxymoron.
Oh,
Bitch being a female by definition.
a female dog.
Yeah.
We're not talking about dogs right now. You've never met a guy and said, "God, he's a bitch." You're
No,
odd.
I use different epithets.
I use bitch for everybody
Uh-huh.
and everything. It's my favorite word. I have it around my neck right now.
Hmm.
That necklace I made.
Yep.
I never take it off. That and my Italian horn are always on.
Hmm. Yeah, I say, um, I don't know. I don't tend to use the word bitch that frequently.
I use it a lot. A lot.
I mean, I might come out with an occasional son of a bitch if I do something like stub my toe or
Never bitch
say,
please or nothing like that. Bitch.
no, no.
Well, okay. What about girl? No, you don't use the word girl a lot, do you?
Mm,
I've never heard you say it actually.
what
Ooh, but
girl?
then there's a monkey song. Girl, look what you've done to me.
What? I don't remember
That's
that.
a, that's a monkey song. Davy Jones sang that
Okay,
song.
don't recall that one.
Maybe that was a Davy Jones song actually. Maybe I remember Davy Jones sang it. I thought he sang
Right.
it with the
Okay.
monkeys. I could be wrong. Anybody remember that song? And who sang it?
Not I.
Well, yeah, but were you a Monkeys fan?
Apparently, according to Thomas, uh, male Karen is the politically correct term these days for bitch.
Mm,
And Graham reinforces your comments by saying it's bitch as in personality, not gender.
hmm Thank you.
Yeah.
It's one of those all-purpose words, like bitch, bitch,
Mm.
bitch, bitch. You can use it for any number of reasons.
Yes. Um, apparently, he sang it on the Brady Bunch to Marcia.
Yeah, I know, but it was an actual single at the time
Right. Right.
because I sang it
Hello,
with it.
takedown exposing frauditors. How
Hello,
are we doing?
welcome, welcome to the channel. please sit down and have some coffee with us, or
Um,
some
but not
chips.
but not AMG's coffee.
No, 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 you don't touch that.
That is sacrosanct.
I'm enjoying a really good cup of coffee right now. It's really good. A little
Excellent.
darker than usual, stronger than usual, but it's the last bag of that you sent me.
Wow, you've
What?
motored through that a bit.
Oh, I think I did really well. It's not the last of it. I think I'm saying 2/3 left.
Uh huh. Ah, okay.
It's not bad.
So when you said it's the last of it, you're not
The
quite
last of the bags you sent me. I said,
right.
you sent me three.
Yeah.
A while ago. No? How long ago did
Not
I
that
get it?
not that long ago.
How long ago did I get it?
I don't know. I could go
No,
up
I don't
and
know either.
Amazon and look, but,
It's weird.
but hmm.
I thought I did good. I was like, okay, yeah. I don't know why. It's the same that I buy here, only it's so different. It's so very different. It's so much better. I don't get it, guys. He sent me Dunkin' Donuts French vanilla, right? What I buy here every day. And for some reason, it's so much better. So the bag's different, too. So I'm thinking that so like what you buy at the grocery store is different in different bags than what you buy at Dunkin' Donuts. So I'm thinking the bag I get from you is the one you get at Dunkin' Donuts, so it's fresher than things that have
Possibly.
been in the warehouse at Walmart. You know,
Entirely possible, yeah.
so but I can't buy it at Dunkin' all the time because even at the same price about as the grocery store, at the grocery store I can use my food stamps. So I have to. It's not like it's terrible. It's just not as nice as
Right.
this is like full bodied and rich because it's fresh.
I
Like if they made the whole bean French vanilla at Dunkin' Donuts, I would buy it and just that would solve a lot. But they don't. They only make their original in whole bean, which is good
I
because I hate the extra step of grinding it.
I I am possibly the inverse of a coffee snob because anything from instant coffee up to a full blown Americano made with an espresso machine and stuff like that, I'm good with. I don't mind.
You like the Turkish stuff, right?
I
You
yeah,
enjoy that.
Turkish stroke Greek coffee, yeah.
Mhm.
The ones you can stand a spoon up in or tap dance on top of, yeah. Um, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily drink a lot of them.
Mm.
I mean, one to end a meal with or what have you, fine. But yeah,
Yeah, that's nice.
I,
Uh,
I'm not a great fan of actual espresso. I'll drink it, but I would rather it
why?
was eked out into an americano.
I see what you're
Um,
saying. Okay, yeah, yeah, I see what you're saying. I
but
like it. I like the Americano, the latte, only because there's more to drink. Like espresso, it's a shot, you're
right,
done.
yeah.
A demitasse,
Um, or as I've mentioned in the sort of
but it's a
recent past,
beautiful
an
thing.
espresso, you get a fluted glass, put 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream in, and
Mm,
then dunk a shot of espresso over the top,
that's beautiful. It's a
and that
beautiful thing.
is a very nice thing.
Nice dessert. Um, you could do the same
Ah,
with a good balsamic vinegar too. Just saying.
what?
Balsamic vinegar is sweet.
Okay,
It's used in a lot of desserts. That's all.
okay.
Go ahead. You were saying about to say something.
I'm just I was going to point out that I assume Takedown Exposing Frauditors is based in Canada, as he claims to be a Tim Hortons coffee junkie.
Oh yeah, yeah. I want to try that. Cliff swears by it.
Hmm.
I don't know. Jason's here, right? I don't know if he does. so much.
I
But it's like their Dunkin' Donuts. It seems
yeah,
because you get sandwiches there and stuff like that.
yeah. Graham says he's a bit addicted to Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, is that the coffee or the donuts, Graham, or both?
Nah, the donuts suck.
Mhm.
It's like because you can go to most places, most towns have a mom and pop donut shop, at least one. And those don't like the one here that I go to. Well, there's several. I go to Amy's a lot. When I want a donut, I'll go to Amy's, and I get a chocolate frosted. Same you can get at Dunkin' Donuts, but it's A, bigger, B, much fresher, and like they put the frosting on right in front of you. Like they, you go there for like a jelly donut, they put this filling in as you stand there. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Right,
they're bigger, they're fresher. It's just a better quality donut. The the donuts at Dunkin' are 90% air now. It's
right,
just I just they're good, but they're not what you could get. And if you're getting a dozen for somebody at for work or something, yeah, go to Dunkin'. You're not going to spend 3 times as much for each donut that you would at Amy's or a mom and pop shop for people at work. But you can always get better donuts now.
mhm.
Always.
Yeah, Jason is here, but he says he doesn't touch coffee at all. So
That's right. I'm sorry, Jason. I forgot.
no help there. Um, I
I think it's
I
started.
don't tend to go to the big chain places
Mm-mm.
um, like Costa or Cafe Nero or Starbucks for coffee. I tend to frequent the little local
We know.
sort of,
Coffee
sort of
Me.
yep,
Shout out to
Harriet's,
Coffee Me and
Costa
Harriet's and
Coffee, and Seahorse Cafe
yep.
and Duke's.
I don't know Dukes. You've never talked about Dukes with me.
Ah, we've got to have some secrets for one another.
Oh God. Um, for me, I'd rather go get pastry if I had a pastry place here. Like do you remember what they're called?
What?
What
Sorry.
the lobster tail? You know, remember what it is?
Um,
The word
I am. My brain is flailing. I vaguely
Sfogliatelle. Sfogliatelle.
Gesundheit.
Oh my God. But that's why a lot of people call them lobster tails.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I
and
can see
then
that.
I like yeah, a good cannoli. It's good. Or
Yes.
if I want a cookie, I'll go for a
Leave the gun.
macaroon, which is not a macaron. Italians have macaroons, which is like a pinoli nut cookie with almond paste. It's gorgeous.
No, no, it's not.
Shut up, you don't know.
Yes, I
I know
do.
you
I
don't
don't
like
like
almond paste or
almonds.
pinoli nuts.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about pinoli nuts. I don't like almonds that much.
The
We
pinoli
have
nuts, pinoli nuts are super expensive, but they're very
right.
nice. They're light,
We
they're
have
subtle, they're soft a little bit.
okay. We have a fairly important question from Sally.
Okay, Sally. Hi,
How
Sally.
is your eyesight doing?
uh, there's better days and not so better days, but hopefully they'll steady out enough for the doctors to help. They can't help it right now. We gotta get them steady, which means we
Yes.
gotta get my sugar steady,
Hmm.
and that's my fault.
Well, well,
Like
down and steady.
down and steady. Yes. Well, even if it was up and steady, it would be steady enough for them to help.
Mm,
They just need it not to be so up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Because like my eye doctor said, if I tried anything now, which 10 minutes from now they won't be right, because
mm.
she has people who come in with shopping bags full of eyeglasses, and they go through them every day. Diabetics, obviously, um, and just try to find the one that helps them that day or for that part of the day. Because our eyes change constantly. Our sugar has a
Yeah.
lot of effect on your eyes. Who
Yes,
knew?
Simon. Everyone's typing in caps to aid
Hmm.
AMG in reading the chat.
Yeah, I'm not there today though because I'm
Um,
seeing just
it's
haze.
it's not deemed to be shouting, so
No, that helps me. I should have pinned a message, but I'm not in there.
so
No, that helps me. I should have pinned. Wait a
um,
second, but I'm not in there.
right. And Graham's response to Sally's question was that Graham is more concerned over your taste buds if you don't like Dunkin' Donuts.
I'm sorry, what?
Graham's more concerned. Well, Sally was concerned about your eyesight, and Graham was saying he's more concerned about your taste buds if you don't like
I'm
Dunkin'
just
Donuts.
saying, there's better donuts out there now. Not that they're bad. It's just there's better ones. You know,
Hmm.
like the ones at Amy's, I can eat maybe a half of one, whereas Dunkin' Donuts I could eat two because they're air. The
So,
chocolate, it's like a plain donut with the chocolate frosting. Everybody knows that donut. Um, it's just puff of air. You
so what
know,
was that? What was that place? A and E.
Amy's, Amy's.
Oh, Amy's. Sorry.
Do you not understand the words coming out of my mouth?
Apparently not, because I couldn't quite. It sounded like you were saying A and E's.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
You want me to start yelling? I'll shout if. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, Nightwalk.
Uh,
There's a slight echo. Sadly, it's not at my end.
it's not my. Okay, I moved near the microphone a little bit. My headphones.
Yes, Sally, with diabetes, she shouldn't be eating donuts at all.
I don't. I really don't eat donuts very often. I don't eat a lot of sugar, really.
Mm,
The only sugar I take in normally is in my coffee, and I've cut that down drastically.
good,
Oh, I think
because because you can get an awful lot of sugar into a 32 ounce cup.
I almost bought that 40 ounce, but it's in my wish list. Hint.
Taipan suggests looking for a donut shop with a lot of cops outside.
Yeah, I know the good stuff. Well, we had a place. What was the name of it? Oh God, what was the name of the donut place near the baseball field? I
You're
don't
asking me?
remember. It was. It looked like any other donut shop, but it was Mr. Donut. That's the name of it. Mr. Donut. It was a lot like Dunkin', only a little bit better. A little bit.
Uh huh.
They made their donuts several times a day, so they
Right.
were nice and fresh all the time. Most Dunkin' Donuts don't even make them anymore. They have them brought in every day, so they make them in the morning, and that's what they have for the day. Because some of them are too small, whatever. Um, but even the ones that make their own donuts, they only make them in the morning now. And then, there's a donut place out in L.A. that's really famous. I think it's Ed's Donuts. I really want to try it. You saw it in Iron Man. He was sitting in the donut.
Okay.
Wayne's
I've
World's also filmed there.
never seen it.
Hmm.
Um, it's now a good time to mention the fact I don't really like donuts.
They're not my favorite thing, but they're a nice.
Mm,
Every once in a while, a nice treat. You know, like I said, I'd rather go for a pastry.
right.
Good cannoli or something.
Hmm. Thomas
Cream puff.
says, come here. All this talk of food, he's making a peanut butter sandwich with potato chips
Ooh.
and bananas.
Oh, there you go. I still haven't tried that. Banana and peanut butter. It sounds delightful, really.
Oh dear. Sally says their local donut shop is right next to the sheriff's office. Which came first, the sheriff's office or the donut shop?
Right?
They buy
Interesting how
most of them
just.
every morning, apparently. Yeah.
Uh, well, Mr. Donut, that's why I brought Mr. Donut. Mr. Donut, you'd always see cops there. But then again, Like they didn't go to Dunkin', they didn't go to any place. They went to Mr. Donut. I know they gave a lot to the cops like for free, but
Hmm.
yeah, um, they're just a better donut too. What other big
Apparently,
brand is there for donuts?
Randy's Donuts in LA from Lady Dragon's Wife.
Randy, that's it. Randy, thank you. I knew it was a guy's name. They're very famous, and like they have a big, almost like a factory type thing going on for their donuts because they have to make a lot of donuts a day, like 1,500 of every style, because people come from all around for those donuts,
Yeah. Oh God,
and they also send them out too.
about 50 years ago, maybe a bit more,
Hmm.
um, on either a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon, I can't remember which, sometime over the weekend. Uh, Parents used to take me and my brother to local town where there was a small pier by the side of the river, and just by the foot of the pier there was a caravan that used to sell donuts,
Oh,
and
nice.
they fried them there and then.
I like
And I
oh,
think that's what started putting me off donuts, because
the frying.
yeah.
Have you ever had Zeppeli? It's like an Italian donut.
Do you need antibiotics for that? Sorry, have I ever had what?
Zeppeli. It's the same type of dough that you make pizza with.
Right.
And you make it into a little ball, or you tear it off and you throw it in the oil, and then you take it out and you put it on paper towel, and then you drudge it through confectioner sugar.
Right.
It's delightful. Like it's so you gotta eat them when they're still warm. Um, I don't know which came first, that or pizza free. Pizza
Right.
free is like you make a small pizza crust type thing. Like it's like the size of a personal pizza, right?
Uh-huh.
You get the pizza dough and you toss it, whatever way you like to make it. We used to just like rip some off, stretch it out, put it in the oil, fry it, put it on the paper towel, and then from there, depending on if you want an entree or a dessert, you put the confectioner sugar on it, or you put some tomato sauce and grated cheese. Pizza free, beautiful thing. It's like a fair food. You go to
Hmm.
the fair
Right.
and you get them.
Yeah.
We used to make them. It's a nice, easy, but very comfort food type of quick
Right.
meal. Well, the dough's not quick, but you can buy dough in the grocery store if you don't have time to make it. Let it
Right.
rise and use it.
Yeah. So I think as I got a bit older, taste buds maybe changed a little bit, and maybe some of these donuts that we got from this place maybe weren't as well dried or drained as they could have been. And
Mm. Yeah,
I think that,
you gotta drain that shit,
yeah, I think that,
and you gotta change your
like,
oil out.
yeah, I stopped liking them. I can remember that, and that. I mean, I've
Probably
had
didn't have clean
donuts.
oil.
Yeah, I've had donuts since from shops and stuff like that, and haven't been greatly impressed. But I don't think it's a case of I don't actually like them. I just don't like them enough to bother.
Well, there's the cakey ones too. Have you tried those?
Um,
There's
I
two types of donuts: the yeast ones that you see, like you're talking about, and then the cakey ones. They're both fried, I believe, but the cakey ones are,
I think I
you,
have.
yeah, they're more of a dense cake-like
Hmm.
texture, and those can be good for, you know,
Right.
they're a lot
Hi,
more
Johnny.
filling. Hey,
Um, Thomas. Oh dear. Finding
but
food that predates AMG is hard.
mm,
Pterodactyl wings were a big thing in her day.
mm,
Mm. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I don't know who's going to be in more trouble, you for saying it or me for reading it out. But there we go.
what do you think?
Me for reading it out, of course.
Mm.
But there we go.
But yeah, pizza free was a favorite of mine. They couldn't make them fast enough at the church fair.
Right.
And like the women would come, they made the sauce at home, and they like biggest stock pots ever, you know, full of homemade sauce. You know, I guess if you to make it really easy, you can use store bought.
Right.
Oh, I'm having a seizure.
Sorry.
I'm having a seizure.
Huh.
I
I
hate
say
that
for
shit.
sort of festival fair type food. I mean, I always associate. Um, God, I
Meat
can't remember.
pies.
No, um, candy floss, which I think you call
Oh
cotton
yeah,
candy.
cotton candy. Yeah, I mean, there's
And
all that stuff too.
I can
Funnel cake.
remember whilst I was a kid enjoying it. I think I've tried some since, and I thought, how the hell could I ever have eaten that
Yeah, it's another
in
thing that's
any
pure
form of relish?
sugar.
Yeah.
They have machines now for the house for your house, and you can make it with this one machine I've seen
Hmm.
with hard candies. You just throw hard candy in there, and you can make it. So it opens up the possibilities of what it'll taste like.
Ooh,
Your
yeah.
favorite hard candy, like from
That
Lifesavers, Jolly Ranchers, peppermints, to the sugars that you can buy and use.
again, up until you said peppermints, I'd heard the terms and names before, but like no idea what a rancher or a what was the other one? A jolly something or other?
Jolly Ranchers
Jolly
candy.
ranchers and
Yeah.
nah, I got no idea
I
what you're
don't.
talking
I'm
about.
not a big fan of Jolly Rancher, but it's a big brand here. Big brand. It's
Okay,
just a
no,
hard
well,
candy.
well, looks like Johnny's back to the grind. Take care,
Okay.
and
Have a good
Simon's got to
one.
go, so be good. And
Thank you again. Thank you again.
and it
Thanks for coming.
yeah, and it's not just you; it's also Taipan. He says a good lamington is great with a cup of tea or coffee.
What's that?
I'm assuming it's not something out of the Kama Sutra, so I'm
Lamington, you said?
I have no idea what the hell that is.
If you could explain, that'd be cool. But it was weird. Remember how I said the meat pie is a weird fair food for me, or a game food,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah,
You eat it with your. I didn't think pizza free is even worse because you need two hands for it. You need to hold the plate, you know, and rip pieces off, as you eat it. You can't just hold. It's not like a slice of pizza you eat. You
right.
know, you're ripping it apart and dunking. Like you put the sauce in the middle of it and the grated cheese, and you dunk the other pieces of it. Like you can't just one hand it. So yeah, like
I
why
think
I didn't think of that.
that's a stupid food for a fair or a
Mm-mm. Nah, because a lot of
right,
people didn't get it except for at that fair. And
right.
like they sold it at this one stall with like half of it was that and the other half of that stall was the sausage and pepper wedge. Oh my god, they're so good. Like I couldn't stand it because I used to, my family volunteered at this fair every year, and we do the games and stuff. And you smell them prepare, getting ready, open the gates. And it's like, oh my god, I really, can I have it now? Can I get an early one? Oh, so no, they slap my hand away. This is for people to buy. But I'll buy it. You gotta wait.
Oh, poor AMG being denied her food.
Sausage and peppers. I'd die for some sausage and peppers right now. But I can't get a good, I can't get good bread out here. Like New Jersey, if anybody's from New Jersey, they know. You got good hard rolls and we call them wedges, but they're a hoagie or a hero or a sub
Right.
roll. The long ones.
Ah, apparently a lamington is a small cube of sponge cake dipped in chocolate and rolled in desiccated coconut.
Leave out the coconut and I'm all there.
Hmm.
Nice. Very nice. I'm just not a fan of desiccated coconut. It's dry. It's not good for me.
Right. Um, I don't. We have something over here called snowballs, which,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Exactly.
yeah,
I don't
I
like them.
don't mind. I don't mind the desiccated coconut on those, but I prefer not really.
Which ones are you talking about? The ones made of marshmallow or the other kind?
Well, there's only one form that I know, and that's the sort of marshmallow hemisphere
Mm-hmm.
covered with chocolate.
Yeah.
Then,
Yep.
yeah,
Well, there's also the snowball cookie, which is an Italian cookie, which is beautiful. It's small. It's like a shortbread with some walnuts, chopped walnuts in it, and then after you bake it, you roll it in confectioner sugar.
so about as much to do with the snowball as the other one.
Mm, it's still good. It's one of my favorite cookies, and
Hmm,
very easy to make.
fair enough. Um,
I haven't had cookies like 'cause Christmas Italians make all the cookies, right?
uh-huh.
And I haven't had them in years. It's I can't make them here. There's nowhere to cook that much, to bake that much.
Right.
But like, do you have anything like that? Like that you grew up with at holidays and that it's so tradition that you
What
miss it?
a family traditional thing.
Hmm.
No, not really.
There's so many that I
Um,
miss. I literally yearn for it still. And one of them is the cookies. One of them is the Christmas Eve feast of the seven fishes.
um, I, if I think about it, I would say, yeah, I missed generically my mum's cooking. Um,
Oh yeah, of
but
course.
there's no
That's
traditional
an everyday
thing.
thing though.
Yeah. And I miss it more.
At the holiday.
Well, no, in quotes olden times unquotes, because 30 to 35 years ago, well, 50 to 35 years ago, I mean, she basically did a lot of cooking from first principles. She got the ingredients, she cooked.
Yeah.
In her later years, she
Shortcuts.
was,
Yeah.
yeah. And I can't say I blame her. She still
No.
was an amazing cook.
But convenience things were created for that. You know,
Hmm,
a
yeah,
lot of women started doing that, and you'd see it from 19 this change in the way women cooked from the 50s through to now. Completely
yeah,
different because they don't have to go from scratch or first principles, you say.
yeah,
There's jarred sauces. When jarred tomato sauce came out, I almost died. Like, what the fuck? But it's that's just the latest thing. I mean,
yeah,
everything else has gone that way too. Gravies have gone that way,
yeah.
right?
And I mean, there are differences. I mean, one of the things that I did particularly miss, the house that I grew up in my sort of formative years up till I was about sort of 16 or 17,
Hmm.
we had a large back garden,
I
and my
remember.
dad grew his own rhubarb.
You told me about that, and I've seen the house. It's beautiful.
And my mum's rhubarb crumble was
Mm.
an
You,
absolute thing of mastery
you've
and
spoken
beauty. It
about
was
that. I
delicious.
really wish I could have tried it.
And of course, when they moved, no longer a big garden, no vegetable garden,
Right.
and had to buy rhubarb
Buy
from the
rhubarb.
shops. And
Not the
rhubarb from
same.
shops, okay, but it's not the same
No.
because the rhubarb you buy in shops is what is called forced.
Every vegetable is.
It's artificially quickly grown,
Yep. Hmm.
and it's
Tomatoes are the
definitely
same
rhubarb,
way.
but it's
Yeah.
not quite the intensity of it.
No.
Yeah.
Like a garden tomato is nothing like you buy in a grocery store. You can't get
Hmm.
a good tomato in a grocery store. I haven't eaten tomatoes in a decade because of it.
Hmm.
Like fresh, like obviously not fresh, but like I used to put sliced tomatoes or diced tomatoes in everything I ate,
Right.
every sandwich, everything. I haven't done that in about a decade because can't grow them out here, and you can't get really
Right.
good ones because they're forced. And it seems
Yeah.
like in the middle of the country where I am, this landlocked motherfucking state, they force them earlier or something because there's no flavor to them, none.
Yeah. Yeah. Central Crime says jarred spaghetti sauce is too sweet. They think, but they
It's
use one can to add to their own homemade sauce. I presume to
uh,
eke out, which is a good way of doing it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't
Yeah.
see a problem with that. And
Yeah.
like, I know a lot of people take the jarred sauce, the ragu, whatever you buy, and doctor it like, but take it home, make it your own. That's fine too. I'm not
Yeah.
knocking it, but to me, and sauce is easy to make. It's time consuming, but
Yeah.
my family sauce takes, depending on if you're making a meat sauce or marinara, 12 to 15 hours. But
Well,
it's easy.
that's the thing. Everybody now is about convenience.
Yeah, and rushing.
And yeah, can I do this in 10 minutes? No.
No,
Oh well. In
no.
which case, I'll spend 30 seconds
Yeah,
opening a jar of this. I mean, admittedly,
pre-made
getting
stuff.
better over the years.
I hear
Sauce
that. Yeah,
because yeah, but
and I don't. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just
yeah,
if you're gonna do something like a pasta, and especially if you're gonna do something like a lasagna or a baked ziti, something that is more than just spaghetti and throw some sauce on it. Um, why not take the time to make your own sauce? You're gonna take the time to make the stuffed shells or whatever. You know,
yeah,
just saying. It's just what chintz out.
yeah. I mean, a lot of the helpful stuff. I mean, the ready-made sauces, this, that, and the other. I,
How about
I,
pre-diced stuff?
yeah.
Diced
I
onions don't stay very long, and they're not. There's
mean, yeah. Doubtless they are convenient as all heck,
yeah.
and doubtless a lot of them have improved in quality, or at least the chemical constituents has become less noticeable, or what have you. But yeah, um, I would like to think that there is more home cooking done, mainly for, if not for any other reason, the health reasons.
Mm, yeah, there's. I don't know. Like, I guess if you're making a lot of stuff, chopping onions and stuff
Mm.
is in your own veg is too
Yeah,
much. But if it's just a small family, I can't understand why you wouldn't. You know,
yeah,
it's cheaper than buying, store chopped shit.
yeah,
The flavor's not gonna be days old or whatever.
yeah. Oh, sorry to interrupt. You're going to have a, shall we say, a rant later on. I'll have a little rant now because it's just
Okay.
the the thought has just been nudged in my brain. I'm not sure
Mhm.
how long ago it was. Last couple
Mhm.
of weeks, last month maybe. There was a lady who had a vegetable garden allotment,
Okay.
um, and she used it to grow vegetables, and she gave the vegetables to people who were in need.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Uh,
that lady. I remember now. Go ahead.
Somebody or some bodies at night came in and sorted her allotment.
Hmm. Terrible people.
Yeah. Um, and
Evil. It's just evil.
they
A
used
lot of
a
salt, right?
lot of salt by all accounts.
And we're not
Yeah.
talking about table salt either. We're talking about rock salt, right?
I don't know what it was exactly, but yeah.
It's just big
It's,
pieces of salt.
yeah, it's
A lot of it too. You
yeah.
can't just turn the soil. You gotta get new soil.
Yeah. I mean, the
Or
only
a
good
lot of
thing,
water.
yeah. So the only good thing is probably it didn't rain, so the salt didn't leach deep into the ground.
Depending on like some
But
people say that you should just add a lot of water and let it run right off or run right down.
yeah.
It depends on how much salt,
I don't
first of all,
think that,
and how good
that,
her
that
drainage is.
yeah. I suspect that wouldn't have worked, but
No, like
yeah,
you're gonna have to take a couple inches off the top of that
yeah,
and then replace it or turn it. Ugh,
yeah,
poor lady. It's like it's why?
yeah. Don't know.
Why?
Yes, Taipan. I've already mentioned this. It's just that, yeah, it's the subject basically reminded me, and I think basically just it needs to be mentioned again just to highlight the fact that
Yeah.
sorry, there are some unmitigated bastards out there.
Oh hell yeah. You see it
Oh,
every day though.
speaking of which, hi Anacito.
I just saw him come in myself. Hey there, dude.
Yeah,
How you doing, babe?
yeah, no connection at all whatsoever.
None whatsoever. Yeah,
Hmm.
we summoned him.
We we must have done, yes.
Talking about food.
Hmm.
Good food and
Yeah.
good food goes hand in hand with good times. It really does.
Eh, well, yeah. I think I've mentioned one of the before. Yeah, one of my favourite ever meals was sitting down in effectively a little transport cafe,
Hmm.
having baked beans on toast.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't because they were artisan baked beans or artisan
Fucking
bread or
artisan,
the beans had been rolled on the thighs of Hawaiian maidens or any of that malarkey. It was the fact that it was a fairly chilly day. We've been riding bikes, motorcycles, whatever, around, and the company.
yeah. Yeah.
Just it was
That's
just
it.
absolutely perfect.
You can make
Yeah,
anything right. Yeah.
yeah,
And
and that's the thing. Yeah, good
makes
food is
good
good food.
memories too.
I mean, you don't have to have a jus or a
No.
whatever. Yeah,
You don't have
it's
18 different ingredients and,
yeah,
flambe it. You
yeah.
don't.
So sometimes it it's like a lot of things. If you go fancy, if you,
You
for
fuck it
example,
up.
on a web page, you throw 20,000 fonts at it, it's a mess. Same with cooking. If you throw
Going from
20,000
are you
ingredients at
calling me
something,
out?
no, I'm not. You don't use 20,000 fonts.
Okay. Just making
I mean,
sure.
if you throw a bucket load of ingredients at something, at
Nah.
food,
I don't like that.
often one, you
You
can't
confuse the
taste
palate.
the stuff. I mean, okay, I know it's not being able to identify every single ingredient.
No, but you confuse the
It's the
palate.
overall flavor. But what's the point?
Right. Like, most Italian food is simple. 4 to 5 ingredients. Rustic food. It really is. Tell me any dish you like, and I will tell you what's in it, and I'll guarantee you there's a handful of ingredients.
Hmm, yeah, pretty much. A lot of the a lot of the stuff that I like, it's yeah, sort of solid, stolid
Because if you get
comfort
the
food. Yeah,
yeah, and if you get the right ingredients, you want to taste them.
yeah,
A good tomato or whatever veg is your favorite. I know you don't like
yeah.
tomatoes.
Oh, just occasionally, when I was on holiday up in Durham, quite a few years ago, the hotel had a few
Yeah,
restaurants. I
that
sat down
hotel.
and I ordered. I can't remember what the meal was, but it came with an apple chutney
Oh, nice.
and might have been apple and mint chutney. I can't remember, but anyway, so, okay, fair enough. And now, well, when I tasted it, I actually realised why they'd actually specifically mentioned it in the menu because it was absolutely bloody gorgeous. It was
Yeah.
incredible. Yeah.
One of my favorite treats, you might say, because I haven't had it here because I can't get any here, is a caprese salad, which is the fresh tomato and the fresh mozzarella,
Uh huh.
a little oil, maybe some balsamic, basil. It's a beautiful thing. And there's what 2 main ingredients there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Hmm.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
I can't get fresh mozzarella out here. What is he saying? Truffle omelet.
A truffle omelette.
Truffles are just nice here.
I
I not too long ago I
Yeah.
made
Not a fan of
gnocchis
truffles.
gnocchis with truffle sauce. Really good. You don't
Don't
like
like
truffles, I
truffle.
know that. Yeah.
No. No.
You like mushrooms though, right? Because you got
Uh,
that mushroom
yeah. I quite like
marmite
mushrooms.
weird
Yeah.
thing. Tell them about that dish.
What the? It's on. toasted sourdough bread. So a
Hmm.
couple of slices of toasted sourdough bread with a creamy Marmite based sauce with mushrooms.
Did your friend make
And
that up, or is it something he's seen before?
I I don't know where he got it from. There's nothing new under the sun, so I suspect he didn't
Yeah,
invent it or along those
yeah.
lines. But it's really nice. And if you know what Marmite tastes like,
It's
hey,
surprising that you like it
like
so
it or
much.
hate it, this had just enough of the Marmite taste to know that there was Marmite there, but it wasn't overpowering. And it was really good.
Yeah, that's one of those things that you either love or hate, right? Marmite.
Hmm. Yep.
And I'll be tasting it soon. Vegemite and
Uh huh.
Marmite, I believe, right? Did you find a small bottle or jar of Marmite?
Did I?
You said, remember I asked if you were sending some Marmite for me
Um.
to try?
Apparently, Anacito reckons Ruffles potato chips
Excuse
are
me.
good. Sorry.
Excuse
What?
me.
What?
Go
What? What?
back.
What?
I was talking about something. Did you send it? You forgot. You forgot to put it in the box, didn't you? He forgot. Okay. It's fine. I just want to know. Taipan, did you remember the Vegemite? I bet he remembered. It's just I wanted to try them against each other because from what I understand, they're the same thing.
Right.
But
My Taipan reckons he'd rather eat camp cooking than restaurant meals.
I can
So,
understand that.
there's
He's
a
a
lot to be
camp
said for that.
cooker. He's a camp cook.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
Hmm?
Calling him a camp cook sounds bad.
You know what I'm saying.
Indeed.
He's not camping it up. He's
Yes.
camping.
Yes.
There's a difference.
I know. I know.
Speaking of camp, Damon died.
Yes. Not
And
the
I.
world's.
Good.
Not the. Well, in my view, not the world's greatest comedian, but yeah,
Apparently transphobic one.
he had his moments.
Apparently he was transphobic. Which is odd, don't you think?
Um.
I didn't know much about him, so but he said some transphobic shit.
Yes and no.
How do you
I-
explain what he said?
Sorry, Taipan and Australia, but a quite a while back in his formative years, Australia was renowned as being fairly homophobic generally.
Hmm.
I mean, I know you can't apply that across the board to everybody, what have you, but
No.
there was quite a general
Okay,
homophobic
so
sentiment there. So I can see where he might have got that sort of thing from.
what? It doesn't mean you have to be transphobic. But he said transphobic shit.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
not saying he was because of where he came from or
no,
whatever.
no,
He said
but
transphobic shit.
culturally, that sort of thing would
Oh,
have
you
been
can't.
seen
No,
as
no. I don't. Yeah. So culturally, you know, you could say a lot of places can be considered racist, and so what? Uh,
yeah. I mean,
Culturally,
it's
down south, the Klan was a great thing, but no, we don't accept that. No, I don't accept that. Sorry. I will draw that line and stand on it.
okay.
You think it's okay? Is that an excuse?
No,
I don't
I'm just saying
understand.
it's a possible explanation for his attitudes because they were the prevailing
He dressed up in a
social.
fucking. He
social
dressed in drag. He's a cross dresser.
he had a female character called Dame Edna Everage. Yes.
Yeah,
Um,
and yet he was transphobic. Hmm,
uh,
makes
uh,
no
the,
sense to me.
the two don't normally, well, to me, they don't necessarily equate as
Well,
one
no,
or the other.
trans is different than being a
Yeah,
cross dresser or dressing in drag,
yeah.
but You wouldn't expect someone who made his living off doing so to be that horrible towards the trans community.
Right.
He made his living off of Dame Edna.
Yeah.
So, like, I'd like to know what his thoughts of drag were. Because I'm sure he doesn't consider himself a drag, or didn't consider himself a drag queen. He
I
wasn't. He wasn't.
I
He wasn't
don't
cute at
think he
all.
I don't think he particularly did. No.
No, he cross dressed for fun and funny.
Yeah.
So he mocked them. Is what you're saying? That's not cool.
I
The more
it,
I'm learning about him, the worse he is.
it's difficult to say whether he mocked them or not. Um,
I've never, not ever seeing his comedy, I wouldn't know, but and I don't particularly want to go back and look to find out. He's gone. That's
so
fine.
his Dame Edna character, I'd say it's okay. He also does the Australian cultural attaché. So
I
there's
get
Patterson,
that,
and that's just not really that amusing to me. But
but do you understand that he's known for? Do you know any of his characters really? Does the world know him for anything other than Dame Edna? Not so much.
yeah, I mean that's the one he was really renowned for.
Yeah, and it's just that to me is cultural appropriation right there. Taking from a community and then not being supportive or enlightened in any way. But that's just my take on it. I'm not
Uh-huh.
condemning him as a human being. I'm just saying he seemed transphobic.
Well, a bit
I
late
don't
to do that,
understand it.
but
Yeah, yeah, whatever. I didn't. I didn't.
Mhm.
We didn't run the same circles, you know.
Yeah.
What am I missing in chat, by the way?
Taipan says they're bringing up stuff that he said back in 2016, which
Oh,
it's not that long ago.
not long, baby. I'm not condemning him. If you enjoyed his stuff, that's great. I'm happy
Yeah.
you did. I'm just saying I've seen stuff he said, and I don't know when it was from. I don't. But do you think between 2016 and now he's changed his mind about things? I don't probably think
And
so.
I haven't seen anything that he said on that along those lines because I don't really hunt out stuff by him because I say I don't really find him that great. Um, Graham says Mrs. Brown's Boys is the same.
What's that?
It's a TV program over here which I've never seen, and from the clips, I've got no wish to see.
The only show I ever watched from there that wasn't a panel type show was Young Ones.
Uh huh.
And they weren't phobic of anything. Sorry.
I again, they had their moments, but
They were just dumb.
anarchic.
Fun. Yeah.
Mm,
Rick Mayall was funny.
yeah,
Um,
Ade Edmondson.
yeah.
Didn't Ade Edmondson pass away last year
So did
or the year
Rick.
before?
I thought Rick Mayall had it too.
I can't remember.
It might have been him who died. But
Mm,
yeah, it was a fun show. A bit off the wall,
yeah.
but you know, no, sometimes I didn't understand all the humor. I was a kid and not British, not living in England, so some of the humor
Mm.
was regional. You know, so I didn't get it all, but I liked the show. I enjoyed it.
Oh, they
But
were mentioning, can I recall a certain Young Ones clip where a policeman knocks on the door? I'm
yep.
not sure whether I can or not. Um,
There's more than one. No, the cops knocked on their door more than once.
mm, not off the top of my head. I didn't tend to watch the Young Ones that much. So I didn't
Really?
really like
Young ones, darling with
didn't
the
really
young
didn't
ones,
really like the program that
young
much.
ones. Shouldn't be afraid. I still remember the theme. Mm-mm, mm-mm,
Yeah, 'cause based on the Cliff
mm-mm,
Richard song.
mm-mm, mm-mm. I don't know.
Ah,
I know the theme
apparently
song.
Rick Mayall died in 2014.
That's what I
Aid
thought.
Edmondson's still alive.
I knew Rick had died. That was a shame. He was
Oh,
drop dead Fred too. Um,
okay.
and
Uh,
did you ever see that movie? That was pretty cute. Cute
Not
movie. It
sure.
really was.
Taipan
But
says the
no,
best TV show that he's watched from England was Foyle's War. Yeah, that was very good.
I don't know it. Is it? What is it
It's
about?
based about a policeman in the southeast coast of England during the Second World War.
Oh wow, sounds good.
It's a very good series. One of the quite good bits in it is he gets a driver, which is a female from the Women's Royal Auxiliary, whatever.
Mm.
And he's a bit discommoded by he doesn't really want the driver, he doesn't think on a female driver,
Mm-hmm.
and he tries to catch somebody down on the beach or the pebbles, and they're running around, and the guy's getting away, and she holds up a dustbin lid, and the guy runs straight into it.
Oh nice.
Yeah,
Proved her worth right there.
yes.
Um, I forgot what I was gonna say. Damn it. Did you know that Jason's very into the Doctor, just like you?
Um, I'm into the old Doctor, not really so much the new one
He
because
seems to know
I'm an
them.
old
Like,
I'm an old
yeah.
git.
'Cause, I don't know. I'm thinking I'll check Doctor Who out. I don't know though. Only because some people I really can't stand watch it and love it.
Right.
That's stupid.
I, I possibly it's my age and what have you, but the doctors I like most are the ones that I basically grew up with, which is pretty much Patrick Troughton, who was the second Doctor after William
What about the
Hartnell.
first one? You didn't like him?
Well, I wasn't really old enough to see that many of his stuff.
Oh,
I
so you
I,
haven't watched like a box set of them or something?
I have seen the some or at least of the William Hartnell Doctors. Yeah,
Mm.
and he's quite good. Say Patrick Troughton was good. Um,
How
I
long are they
wasn't.
doctors?
It tends to vary.
Yeah, but like how
It's
long can you be a doctor? I can't remember. You told me.
I I don't think there's actually really a time limit apart from
There's a
them saying,
number of
okay,
them.
okay, sorry, the number of reincarnations. They've fudged it and they've exceeded the number.
Right, but was there an expiry date on each?
Well,
And how did they become a doctor or were they born a doctor?
right, okay, right,
I have a lot of questions.
okay. A couple of misconceptions.
Okay.
Um, the character, the main protagonist in the TV series, Doctor Who,
Oh
is not
right,
called
right. It's not the
called
doctor.
Doctor Who.
No, you're right.
He's called the Doctor.
Right.
The TV series is called that because when he introduces himself, I'm the Doctor. People say Doctor Who.
Who? Yeah. Okay. But
He's a Gallifreyan from the planet
he's an
Gallifrey,
alien. I
a
get
Time
that.
Lord, and he has. Although I don't actually know it, I don't know whether they've actually said it in the TV series or anything. He has a proper name, like
But we
you
can't
have a proper
pronounce
name.
it, right?
Well, no, you have a proper name, but you go by your nom de plume, AMG.
Yeah.
So he's got a proper name, but because of
Yeah,
what
like
he's doing,
007 goes by James Bond. That's not his name.
James Bond is his name. 007 is his.
I could have sworn James Bond's not his name either. I could be wrong.
I believe it's actually his actual name.
Okay.
007 is just the
Okay. But yeah,
identification
so
he
the
has.
007 thing is not.
Yeah,
And so the doctor
and
is their 007, right?
sort of yes.
Okay.
Apparently, you choose your own name, which is an echo of your personality. So the
What?
Doctor is somebody who basically he sees himself as somebody who tries to heal.
So all of them, every incarnation was someone who tried to heal, or they just didn't feel like
Yeah,
changing their
I mean
name.
it's the same. It's the same person. They get reincarnated
Okay.
into a different physical
Oh,
form,
okay.
but
Oh,
they have the same general
soul.
outlook. Or
Okay.
yeah, although their personalities change.
But all right, here's the question I have.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I hear screaming.
Mhm.
Are they ever children? Do they grow into the doctor, or
Um,
do they get hatched full grown?
um, what happens, generally speaking, is if the incarnation they're in dies, is killed, what have you,
Yeah.
effectively they change in situ.
What?
So basically, their form changes there and well, not there and then, but over a process of about a minute or two.
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is worse than cricket. So
So when
you're
they're in,
telling
they're
me,
out.
Doctor Doctor
The doctor,
Who,
the doctor.
right? Right. Like, which one is the one you like? Number two
Patrick Troughton.
gets
Yep.
shot by a god killer gun, whatever
Uh huh.
kills them,
Yep.
and he goes down.
Yep.
Are you saying that you couldn't stand there and watch him shapeshift into another
Yep.
one?
Yep.
But he's that's not reincarnation. That's shapeshifting. Like, how does a dead thing become alive again?
Via reincarnation.
But he's not born again. Reincarnation means you go through the womb, you get gestated again, then you get popped out.
Um, there
There's no
may be
gestation.
there may be some leeway with the that terminology, but yeah.
I don't accept it. I don't
Well,
accept it.
that's what happens.
He just becomes somebody
And
else right then and there
and
for in front of you.
if you're thinking if an enemy downs him, why don't they just stand around 10 minutes, wait for him to reincarnate, and down him again
Yeah,
and again
yeah,
and again? Yeah,
yeah.
in theory they could, but
Well, it's stupid that they don't.
mm,
Let me ask you another question.
uh-huh.
How foolproof is this shit? Are they Deadpool? Could they chop his head off and he still grow another body? And if
Yes,
he's
I
cut
believe
in
so.
pieces, which piece becomes the new person? I got
Well,
questions, Simon.
basically the whole transmutes into the new.
What if
I don't know because they haven't shown that part. I don't think they've ever shown him being beheaded or being
cut in
boiled
two
alive.
or three pieces and they're not together?
It's a
One's thrown
children's. It's
50
a
feet
children.
that way. Oh, it's a
It's a
children's show?
children's program.
Oh, I thought it was an adult thing.
No, it's a children's program.
So all these motherfucking adults across the
And
globe,
sorry, and
these Doctor Whoites,
I'm being
uh,
corrected, and very rightly so. Um, Taipan and Graham basically confirming. Sorry, it's not reincarnation; it's regeneration. Sorry, they regenerate. That's the right term, not
no.
reincarnate. Regenerate.
No, I'm sorry, but they're not
Yeah,
being put in anything to regenerate. They're not even. Shut up. My
they have.
God. Wait a
Gallifreyans have
minute.
Gallifreyans have two hearts. What part of this is science fiction, fantasy?
It's still gonna make sense.
They're time traveling.
It's still gonna make sense. What if he was cut into a couple pieces and, like, this motherfucker threw him 50 feet one way, another piece of 50 feet? What happened? Do they
I
magnetically come back together or something? Or do they each become a small Doctor Who?
I don't know because every single time that the regeneration, I'll try and use the right word from that one, happens on screen, or the bits that you see on screen, it seems to be slightly different each time, mainly as
Hmm.
technology has evolved and they've had the ability
Right. CGI.
for better special effects.
And so also, is it a painful process? Is he confused when he wakes up? Does he know who he is? Does he look in the mirror and go, "Whoa, what the fuck is that?"
He is sometimes slightly confused about stuff. I believe David Tennant, when he first uh, regenerated as him as David Tennant,
Huh?
was fascinated about his teeth for some reason
What?
because his teeth were different to the previous incarnation, previous generation.
Wait, what do you mean David Tennant regenerated into
Oh,
David
sorry,
Tennant?
no, no, I phrased that badly. When the Doctor died and regenerated and appeared as David Tennant,
Mm,
I forget who was it Sylvester McCoy before him?
I
I
don't
I
know.
I've lost lose track. He made a couple of comments about teeth and oh, his teeth are strange.
I'm
So
just.
there's generally a modicum of confusion as they get used to a slightly different physique, but yeah.
I just don't even. What does he eat?
Lunch?
To regenerate? Does he eat like people or anything?
Why would he eat people to regenerate?
I don't know. Regeneration must take a lot of fucking calories, energy.
Um, some there has been some suspicion that there's some time energy that does all this,
Mm,
but that is in later writings. And my issue with the Doctor Who franchise is with some of the later writings, they just got extraordinarily lazy and had crap plots, and would just think, oh, wouldn't it be good if we could do this? He's a Time Lord, we can do anything. And it's
I don't know if I'm buying this.
yes, Graham, you're right. Christopher Eccleston was before Tennant. Um,
I don't know how I feel about this.
Christopher Eccleston was the first of the new series of Doctor Who.
What do you mean new series?
Because Doctor Who ran for a long time, then they stopped.
And I still can't get over it as a children's show. Why are all these adults watching it? Do any kids actually watch it?
Oh, yeah, normally from behind the sofa.
I
Is it
don't get it.
scary?
So how's it a kid's show? What is wrong with you people?
Because we don't mind scaring children a little bit because it's good for them.
Oh yeah, yeah. My
Oh,
God.
yeah, it is.
What? But I've never heard anybody say it was a children's show
Yeah.
ever.
It was what 5 or 5:30 on a Saturday afternoon.
So Saturday afternoon, people are home.
Yeah. Yes, they were in
I could
those
see
days.
maybe a family show, but not a kid
Yeah.
show. That's weird. That's just weird. Kids show. I never heard that. That's weird. I mean, it kind of, to me, explains I've seen maybe 10 minutes of a couple different episodes. It explains the writing, I guess.
Yeah. There are some very creepy episodes which you think, yeah, that's going to scare the bejesus out of a child. And I think some of them did actually have warnings. I'm not sure that I've mentioned the episode to you. One of the, is actually in the second uh, Doctor series.
Hmm.
They had, uh, I can't remember what they were called, but basically there were um, angel assassins,
Oh no.
and they looked like statues that you'd see in. a graveyard or a crematorium, basically, the archetypal angel statue that somebody has in a grave or near a tomb, and
Okay.
they looked like them, and they were among the ultimate assassins, but they had a quirk where if nobody was looking at them or eye in the eyes, they could move anywhere
Oh,
quickly.
that thing. Oh.
Yeah, but if you were looking at them in the eye, they couldn't move,
That begs so many. Oh, fucking hell.
and
Don't get me started on that one again.
that was creepy as hell, and it was a superb episode.
But they
They of
came
course
back with bunches of them,
they
which
of course
does
screwed it up
not make
later. Yeah,
sense.
yes, indeed, they screwed it up later, but there you go.
Alright, well, I'm just saying. I don't know about this.
Sorry, Graham. Graham says, "Don't tell AMG about the weeping angel. She'll never sleep again." Oops. Sorry, too
No,
late.
but here's the thing. What about a mirror?
Well, that's partly how he dealt with. I think the pair that he had, he managed to arrange them so they were on either side of the TARDIS,
Right, and then he
and
moved it,
then
and they
then he
staring at each other.
yes, so they were locked in place showing each other.
Forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So how did he come back to more of them?
He's a
If
time traveler.
yeah, okay, but
I
if the
don't.
only two are
Yeah.
left are staring at each other, that means they're
Well,
locked there for eternity
the
unless
the
something comes between them.
the two that he had opposing him at that time. I don't remember the exact
Oh, okay.
rationale for the other later episode. I
Now,
get
when
the
you
impression.
first explained this to me, you said if anybody looked at them, they'd freeze.
Yeah,
You did not say in the eye if they locked eyes with somebody. So I was
yeah,
thinking, well, somebody's always. How do they know?
yeah,
Because
yes,
anybody could be looking at them at any
yeah.
time.
You've got to actually be looking at them in the eyes. Yeah.
Okay. Still
Uh,
stupid.
yeah. And yes, Jason, the World War II one with the gas masks appearing on people, that was very good as well.
Speaking of,
Sadly, that was also the introduction of the sidekick character, Captain Jack Harkness, who I really didn't like, but that was a very good. Yes, Sorsha, that was the one with the child wandering around saying, "Mummy, are you my mummy?" That was,
well, that's creepy right there.
well, the basis of this was, okay, Second World War, London, the Blitz, bombings.
Do you
Okay,
hear all that?
yeah,
I am so sorry, guys. I don't know
yeah.
what to do. Should we stop? Because it seems like it's gonna get worse.
It's not too intrusive at this end, at least.
Okay.
The main thing is, do you feel
I
comfortable?
put the. No, I don't. But I put the air conditioner on to try to drown some of it out.
Yeah,
If it gets worse,
yeah.
I am so sorry.
That's all right.
I'm embarrassed for them. Like I can't stand living here because it's embarrassing. Who the fuck does that outside screaming like that? First of all, do that. Do your screaming at each other inside,
Yeah,
like my family did. Because I don't have a problem with people arguing. My family yelled at each other. Yelled at each other. You've seen, like, very much like in any of the stuff you've seen with Italians in it. We yell. We're passionate people. But
uh huh.
in 10 minutes, before we
It's
walk away
forgotten.
from each other, we're hugging each other out. You know?
Yeah. Hmm.
These people I don't understand. And we never bring it outside. It's embarrassing. You don't do that.
Yeah.
Anyways, did I ever tell you my dad worked for Rod Serling?
You have mentioned it in passing. Yes.
No. It was after the Twilight Zone.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, he had moved back to. I don't know what he did for him.
I don't know what Rod Serling did apart from the Twilight Zone, but
He was a writer.
okay.
Um, and I don't know what my dad did for him. I honestly don't. I
Hmm.
just remember him telling me that one time. I think he drove for him. I'm not
Okay.
really sure. But yeah, maybe a gopher. Who knows?
Hmm.
I thought that was interesting.
Well, there's nothing bad in that.
I know he said he showed him a lot of stuff from when he was doing Twilight Zone and stuff like that in his scrapbooks and such.
Right.
Yeah, he was an older man at that time.
Mhm.
But yeah, Twilight Zone was wow, a whole new
Had
thing.
some very good, but like a lot of these things, there's some really superb episodes, and there were some
The ones
where,
he wrote,
okay,
the ones before the bigwigs started really pushing in, were the best. The Rod Serling ones were the best. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Because it didn't last long after he left.
right,
Obviously, he was, he created this.
right. Yeah,
Why do you
it's,
want to get.
also, yeah, sometimes people can pick up the ball and run with it, and it's
Mhm.
okay. I mean, that's a very similar issue that I had with Doctor Who. I mean, one of the people who got involved with the reboot of it, I don't necessarily agree with a lot of the vision that he had for the series.
Yeah.
So I went off the series quite badly.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, he came back just as a writer
Mm.
after selling it, and so he still had that. But they, the what I remember of it is it could be scary as hell,
Mm.
but it could also make you think so much.
Yeah.
There was one episode where they wouldn't show it after the first airing until I'm gonna say 2016, like really recently.
Okay.
It was so scary to them, and it was I guess a lost episode for a very long time. I don't remember which one it is, so don't ask me. But I remember being haunted by a few episodes. Did you ever watch Twilight Zone?
I've seen a few. Sorsha says the episode with the three astronauts creeps them out.
That yeah, of
Is
course.
that the one where they came back to a slightly alternate Earth?
Yeah, they came back and it was Earth. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, a slightly alternate one.
it's to me it
Militaristic.
always. I don't remember a lot of it, but I do remember that to me it always seemed like Planet of the Apes stole that from Rod
Right.
and the Twilight Zone. But yeah, they the ones with the pig faces people.
Don't recall that
Um,
one.
yeah, it was all about plastic surgery, really,
Right.
and society's vision of beauty,
Hmm.
because we see it through the eyes of the person who's getting the plastic surgery.
Right.
Um, and everybody else has masks on, the nurses and the doctors, and they're like, "Oh, she's hideous, really." And thank God she came to us, blah blah blah. And we see that by the end of this episode, she was your bottle blonde bombshell, what we consider beautiful. But
Right.
everybody else in that world
But
had like pig
her.
faces,
Right. Yeah.
and
So
it
she
was
was not the norm.
very right. And she was so much happier being what we consider ugly.
Hmm.
I thought it was very powerful the way he
Yeah.
did it. Um,
Yeah. I think somebody over here tried to do something a bit similar to that. A series called Black Mirror.
oh yeah, I've seen that.
I've seen,
It's
I think,
crazy sick.
one or two of those,
That
and
first one I saw, they
I thought, no, just sorry.
where the princess is kidnapped.
Yeah,
That was sick.
yeah. Uh, I yeah, I just I know people rave about the series, but I think I've seen that one and the second one. So actually, like an idiot, I went out and bought the box set,
It
and so I
did go
bought.
downhill. It did.
Well, if it went downhill from the first one, oh god, there can be crap then because I no, just
You
so
didn't like that one with the guy in the.
my suspension of disbelief just, well, basically it packed its bags and walked out because I just could not. It was just
Well,
no,
that first
even
one
even
with the
as a what
princess.
if, it just wasn't believable at
The
all.
the first one with the princess. It's a what would you do type thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But then I remember one with like a computerized dog, like a sentinel dog,
Can't remember if I saw. I suspect
and
I didn't
that could
see that one.
be like for some reason, it's targeted this person, and like I, some of them were terrifying, some were just I don't know what.
Mhm.
Just like and like over here, we had another I guess Twilight Zone ripoff with the Outer Limits.
Yep.
Very much. I don't know how anybody never
Yes.
said that's just the Twilight Zone right there.
Well,
You know,
sorry, wasn't that obvious?
right? But and embarrassingly so. It wasn't just derivative. It was like a direct ripoff to me.
Yeah.
But it also it was a good show. You know, it had
Uh
some
huh.
good ones. Do you remember the William Shatner Twilight Zone? That
Not
episode made it to the
sure.
movie when they made. You remember the movie they made?
Yes, the one with the gremlins on the wings and the stuff
That's
like.
the
Yeah.
one. That's the William Shatner episode.
Right. Okay.
And those are the two things I know William Shatner for: Star Trek and that episode.
I know
And he
him
was
for.
good in that episode. He was good.
Right. I must.
He
I don't recall it being William Shatner.
well, not in the
I. I.
movie.
I. Sorry.
Not in the movie.
Right. I think I might have seen the episode, but I don't recall it being William Shatner.
The guy freaking out was William Shatner.
Right. Okay. And
If you don't believe me, look it up.
yeah, no, I'm not saying I disbelieve you. It's just
And he did it well. He really did. He
yeah,
wasn't Captain Kirk in that episode.
yeah.
It was cool.
I like Shatner in Boston Legal.
Yeah, I know you do. But I just remember it like it 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 could make you have a panic attack watching it. Like, can you
Yeah,
imagine being the only one to see this thing on a plane
yeah.
that you're on? Come
Can you imagine having that as the in-flight movie?
on. That's funny.
Mm.
But
I
what
think
other ones made it to
I
the
think
movie?
somebody's actually told me they actually had the film Airplane as the in-flight movie.
I'm sure. Because that's not. Oh, the other
Yeah,
one that made it to the movie was one about the kid who could make anything happen he thinks of. So everybody in his family are like
that sounds like a Star
super
Trek
nice to
episode.
him. Nah. That
There's a
it
Star
well
Trek episode
yeah,
where there's
they're like
a
yeah
kid
with
who did
kids,
that.
a
Yeah,
planet of kids. But I'm talking about the Twilight Zone, where
right.
there's this one child whose family has to be super nice to him because if he gets mad, he can do anything he wants with his imagination to you.
Yeah,
And the thing is, you find at the end, none of them are really his family. They just got trapped there because
yeah.
he wanted them there.
Sounds about right.
Fucking terrifying existence that is.
Yeah.
Being at the whim of a what, 8-year-old, 9-year-old.
Yeah, I must admit, I think I might be inclined just to go up and give him a king good kicking and get it over and done with.
Yeah, but don't forget, he can do anything. It's not
Mm.
just death. He might
Yeah, I
just
know.
send you
Yeah,
to nothing
yeah,
for eternity.
yeah.
Nah,
Mhm.
no, nobody's gonna do that.
Oh, Paracord Princess, Bill Mumy. That's the guy who played Lanier in Babylon 5.
What about him?
I'm assuming was he the one who played the character in the film? Do you mean Paracord?
No, because that was that guy, the guy from the big, Third Rock from the Sun, I believe. Played it in the movie. What's his
Right.
name? What's his
Blah.
name, people?
Um,
Balding,
yeah,
funny guy.
I see. Is it
Lithgow,
John somebody?
Lithgow, Lithgow,
Yeah. I was
I
right. It
think.
was John somebody. Good God, how the hell did I know that? I've seen a couple of them.
I
So,
believe it was John Lithgow.
right.
But for the life of me, I can't remember the other ones in the movie. Does anybody else? I just remember those two.
Nope, not a thing.
I do remember the funny part, the large Marge that connected them all. Like, between each segment or episode in the movie, there was the truck driver telling a story of Large Marge. And then at the end, it's like, you
Ah,
want to see something really fun, really scary?
yes, remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Apparently, the
That was the
Twilight.
best jump scare I ever had. I
Right,
screamed and then laughed my ass off.
right. Apparently, the Twilight Zone episode where he was the boy who made people he didn't like disappear. That was Bill Mooney.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And I
That
say
was
I know him from
justifiably
having
terrifying.
playing the assistant to the Mimbari ambassador
Yeah. I know what
on
you're talking
Babylon
about.
5, Linear. Yeah.
But, what are the other episodes in the movies, guys? Somebody help me.
It's so long since I've seen it. The only one I really remember is the airplane one.
Yeah. That was a classic Twilight
Hmm,
Zone. I think that was the last one, as a matter of fact. The 100th episode of the
right.
Twilight Zone. I know all this Twilight Zone trivia, and I don't know why.
Well,
I don't
it's
know why.
better to have that than a lot of the trivia I've got locked in my head.
Trivia's trivia. We should
Yeah,
do
true,
Trivial
but
Pursuit. Why isn't there an online Trivial Pursuit game yet?
I probably there probably is.
No,
A-
I've looked.
apart from nobody probably wants to write all the bloody questions and potential answers.
They have to be computerized already for the cards. It would not be
Uh,
hard.
yeah, but there would be some degree of
Mm-mm.
monetary concerns about just making it online.
No, because they've made billions of stuff like it. But the
Yeah,
actual Trivia Pursuit would be great to have as a game you could like we could play online like this.
yeah.
Like Jackbox series.
Like what?
Jackbox. It's I have the games.
Okay.
There's a host, and he's pretty obnoxious, but he's like your game show host, your regular, and he gives you the prompts, and like he'll say, and you have to type out things like I don't know. Somebody help me out with this. Something like title for a new sitcom about this, and you come up with a funny title, and you go up against other people. It's all blind, and people vote. And the thing is, people watching us play it can also vote. The audience vote matters.
Uh huh.
Sometimes switches everything up. We should play it sometime on here.
Hmm.
Because anybody from the audience can also play on the panel with us, because it's just a link. That's all it is.
Right.
We used to play it a lot. I think I'm going to set
Okay.
it up. Maybe for my birthday. I don't know. I'll set it up. And there's all different types of Jack in the Box games. That's just the first one. Then
Right.
there's like a drawing one and all kinds of stuff, really.
Okay. The,
Did
the
anybody come up with the answer that I asked for? That's
what
Twilight Zone.
more scenes from the Twilight Zone film?
Yeah.
Not as yet, no. The thing about when everybody sort of mentions sort of quizzes and stuff like that, my mind always goes back to an episode I had in a local municipal airport that I used to frequent. Saw a friend there, and they had a quiz machine where basically it would ask a question and there'd be four answers: A, B, C, or D, and you
Right.
press the relevant button.
Okay.
And yeah, I'd plug my money in, and I was actually sad to say I was doing pretty well because I know a lot of trivia. And anyway, for some reason, I was surrounded by
People watching.
uh,
Curious
boys,
onlookers.
Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts.
Oh.
I don't know what, basically 13, 14, 15-year-old boys and girls who I suddenly noticed,
Field trip?
I something along those, yeah. So
Okay.
anyway, this question comes up. What is a white hornbeam?
A what?
White hornbeam, HORNBEAM.
I don't know.
And I can remember three of the answers. The fourth answer I can't remember. It was, is it a type of potato? Is it a type of tree? Hint, yes, it is. Or is it a Beach Boy penis?
Oh, God.
And I was just looking at it thinking, what the
No.
hell? Who the heck put that in as a potential bloody answer? And I know it's a tree. I hope to God it is the tree, because it's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd say all these sort of 13, 14, 15-year-old
Oh.
children surrounding. Oh, God.
You wretched old man.
Ah,
What
yeah,
was this in
bad,
the
bad,
chat?
bad, bad. Nightwolf has seen a game online.
Oh, Trivial
I just,
Pursuit?
yeah.
I haven't. I've looked. I have actually looked.
Right.
Nobody's come up with the movies?
Taipan says when he was young. Well, when I was you watching, when I was you, when I was young, possibly watching VHS tapes of Lost in Space, he thought it was a documentary.
Ah, no way. I loved that show as a kid. I did. I watched it a lot as a kid. But it was like still it might have been reruns, but that's about it.
Uh, I remember seeing some Lost in Space.
Land of the Lost too. Here in the
Uh,
land of the lost.
is that the one where they were?
Dinosaurs and shit.
Right. Okay. I don't
Yeah.
really recall that one. Don't think
I
I
never
got that.
saw Lost in Space
No.
first run because it was before my time, but I did see reruns.
The one I remember was the time tunnel.
I don't know that one. There's another one though. They're lost. And what? Damn it. It was something else that's freaky weird. But yeah, the 70s, late 70s, early 80s had some fucked
Right.
up shows, man.
Right. Sorcerer's got a possible couple.
Uh-huh.
One was time out. A bigot gets a life lesson,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
kick kick the can. Elderly in a nursing home,
That I'm not so sure, but I do remember the timeout one. Like, yeah.
and
Uh,
they use their minds to stay young.
really? I don't remember that. But I do. Wasn't Charlton Heston in that? The
Um,
bigot? Wasn't he the bigot? I can't remember.
not.
Like, amazing actors were on Twilight Zone.
Hmm. So I don't have a Scooby
Hmm.
on that. I'm afraid.
Sorry.
That's right.
How long have we
Uh,
been going?
um, just shy of 3 hours.
Fuck off, no way. We've never
Two
done
hours.
that before.
2 hours 57 minutes 41 to 3 seconds.
Alright, 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 Mr. Pedantic.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, are we stepping on Hezekiah's toes?
Um, I don't know. I'm
I hope not.
sure he'll take out on cousin Louis if we are.
Okay. He's stabbing us now. Oh no. But yeah. We should think about stopping so I can eat something for the next one.
Yeah. Think about stopping before I. Well,
Float away?
no.
What?
Let's just say a bathroom break would be nice.
That's what I said. Float away. Your eyeballs are
What?
floating. Are your eyeballs floating?
Not yet.
Not yet.
We don't use that for meaning busting for a pee.
What do you use? Do
Kidneys are floating.
shishi? You gotta do shishi?
Kidneys are
Well,
floating.
if your kidneys are
Uh,
floating, can you imagine how bad if your eyeballs are floating? How much
it's
more it'd
true,
be?
but at least your kidneys are directly involved in the process.
Yeah, but you just don't get it.
Yes, I do. It's like he's so full of it, his eyes turn brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, Paracord Princess says Vic Morrow. I know that name from somewhere. Was the
Yeah.
bigot. Him and two children died
Okay.
during helicopter scene in Vietnam.
Yeah. That was fucked up. Right, I remember now.
Why do I name? I know the name Vic Morrow from somewhere, but
Probably
I
that.
can't.
It's in all the papers.
Right,
Made all the papers.
possibly.
But yeah, I remember it was a tragedy. Really, the two Vietnamese children died.
Right.
Actors in that. I thought it was. I forgotten it was part of the Twilight Zone because something similar happened while filming that movie. God,
That movie? What movie?
that movie. You know, that
Oh
movie.
yeah, that film. Yeah, I remember it well.
Yeah. You know, something now. Apocalypse Now, bitch. I knew I'd remember it.
Never seen
So,
it.
yeah, I haven't either, but people talk about it a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah. Anywho, I think we should
Hi,
wrap
up
it.
and out.
Ooh, up and now, hey.
Coming in just after the 3 hour mark, and we are just heading out, up and out. So
I know. Yeah, but there's gonna be another one on at 4 my time, which is 6 Eastern, and
5 hours time.
11 p.m. GMT,
BST.
right? BS what?
We're now in British summertime, so BST.
Oh, come on now.
Just when you thought you'd got to grips with the time zones. Sorry.
But wait a minute, you're still the same amount of hours different.
Yes, because you have got daylight saving time in effect, haven't you?
But so I don't get it. I don't get it.
We are currently GMT +1.
Uh-huh. What
Yeah.
happens when we stop doing the daylight savings time, sir?
We will continue as we are.
And then what does that mean for me?
Perpetual confusion, I would imagine.
Yeah. I don't like it. What the- Oh man, I just learned the GMT thing. Are you sure?
Yep.
Well, wait a minute. I thought all the clocks were set to GMT or something like that. Time zones were set on GMT, right?
GMT is the base time zone.
Right. So how the
Yeah.
hell are you going to go to BST in the middle of it?
Well, because we are GMT +1 hour.
Well, so okay, what happened to Zulu time then?
Zulu time is effectively GMT.
I know, but what's it called now? Because it's got to be different too.
No, Zulu time is Zulu time. It's unchanged. It's not affected by daylight savings.
So why don't you just do GST? I'm so
GST?
confused. The only thing that should change is the S for savings time. No?
BST
What?
is BST is British summertime.
What if you don't live in Britain?
You don't do it.
Alright, so. Okay, wait a minute. No! Stop! Stop laughing! What if
Sorry.
you live in. Um. Ireland? What
You
is it?
use whatever time zone they use in Ireland.
But I thought they all use GMT over there. Who
We all.
uses GMT?
I think we all. The Great Britain, I think, all uses GMT. I don't know what the Republic of Ireland uses. They may be different. I suspect they are in GMT though. That in that particular time zone.
But then they're not. But they're not in Britain, so it's not British summer over there. See what I'm saying?
It's the name of that segment of the Earth's surface that is within that those boundaries.
No. That's not right. Why would you live in Ireland and say why not Irish summertime or savings time? Why
They
not
could,
just GST? Why change the whole thing? You changed the whole thing.
of course.
We have daylight savings time and what's the other one? I don't even know.
No, I don't know either.
Wait a minute, it's daylight savings time and
Normal time?
what is the other one, guys? Oh shit. Daylight savings time.
Uh, Up and Out wants to know who's in charge of this stuff. I don't
Somebody
know
fucking awful.
that.
I don't like them.
As I said earlier, anything I say is AMG's opinion, and there you go. That's pretty much my opinion that AMG just said.
I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't like this. Daylight savings time and what's the other one?
Paragon's Princess says standard time.
Standard time. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Why do you have to go GMT and BST? Why can't you just be GST? That makes more sense.
Why is it even called
Which,
Greenwich?
because they measure it out of Greenwich. There's a Greenwich. It's a place.
Yeah.
There you go. Now, if you ask me what makes Greenwich so goddamn special, I don't know.
It's because we beat the French. Because if we hadn't have done, time would have been based. Well, the zero meridian would have been through Paris.
What?
So, well, Greenwich Mean Time is based on the zero line of latitude. Is it longitude? I can never remember which one. The one that goes from north to south.
Mm-hmm.
Longitude.
Long. Yeah.
Yeah. So everything navigational and time
Right.
zone based is based on that zero line. And that was selected to be going through Greenwich. At the time, one of the other major seafaring powers was France, and they wanted the zero line to go through Paris.
What happened to
But
Italy in there? We're
as
big.
far as I'm aware, that was never a contest.
Because we were
And
generous. We were benevolent.
I'm not sure how it came to be, but the zero meridian through Greenwich won out, and
Okay.
that is why it is.
So was there a war over this?
I think it was just a matter of who made the most and best maps, or who used what maps, and there was no actual fisticuffs over it. It was just more sort of a trade and or moral thing.
Mm-hmm. It's not telling me why you gotta do that. Why it's not GST. You're making me
Why?
tired. You're making me tired.
Oh, sorry.
Being confused makes me tired. I don't like it.
This is why you keep on falling asleep, isn't it?
How dare you, sir? I do get confused a lot these days, but it's not. No.
I can't remember who it was, but somebody made a comment a while back of AMG's been awake for 117 minutes. Is this a record?
Oof. Look, it's not my fault. I forgot to take my thyroid meds, and my sugar's out of control. So those two things working together makes me tired. Like, but not like sleepy tired. Like all of a sudden, I'm almost a narcoleptic at this point. All of a sudden, I'm like, I could be in the middle of a sentence. You can ask Jason or Simon or KGD, people who I hang out with. In the middle of a sentence, I'm like,
Did I manage to mute you in the middle of a sentence then or not?
No, I'm just telling. I'm giving them an example of what happens.
Yeah.
It's
Well, no,
usually sort of like I
but I
just
did mute
trail
you.
off into nothing.
I did mute you, but never mind.
You did? Oh.
Mhm.
I'll be like, yeah, and like this other time when I was talking to this girl, and
Uh,
is that how it
uh,
sounds? Is that's how I imagine it to be? Is that what
not
it's like?
really. Not really. No.
Then do it. Show me what it's like.
Well, I can't show you because it's speech,
You know
sound.
what I'm saying?
Occasionally says, since you're talking about them, your meds, take them. I think
I
she already
did.
has.
Yeah. So no,
And
give us an example. Go
yeah,
ahead.
and just to deal with something else. Up and Out asks, have I stood on the line? I think many years ago, yes. Having been to Greenwich Observatory, I have actually.
What's the line that I stood up in? Was it France? There's a zero line there too, or something, right in front of was it Notre Dame? There's a line there somewhere. Is it France? Is there? I stood on this
Possibly.
thing. It's brass. It's in the street.
Right. Yeah.
What am I thinking of, guys?
They say, I don't know, but there's something similar in Greenwich.
Okay, that's interesting. So you gonna do it or what? I want to know what it's like. So do it.
I just did it. Didn't you hear me stop?
That's not what it's like.
It's difficult to
I've
actually.
heard it's that I start trailing off, and I know that sometimes I just start talking gibberish, or like I'll see, cause it's weird. Like imagine like you're talking, and you're fully there, and then all of a sudden, the other person's talking, and you're listening. You're there listening, and then you reply. Then you realize no, you're replying in your mind. It's like you're in limbo. So the dream took over,
Right.
almost.
In some circumstances, when you do it, sometimes it is a mumbling fade to nothing, sort of.
Yeah,
No, no.
that's what I
Other
imagine.
times, it's sort of you're in the middle of something, you're saying something, and then
Nothing. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, it can.
Yeah, and it's just that like if you imagine the other side, my side, it's just my brain shuts off. It's almost
Yeah,
like what I assume narcolepsy is
right.
like.
Nightwolf, assume I'm bowing because apparently I nailed it with that.
Oh yeah, he's been there too. If you've been in chat, you've seen it.
And Jason says AMG trails off, then comes back 5 minutes later as if nothing happened.
Yes, I do. Hello, hey, what? Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah. I feel
Right.
bad. It's not something I'm proud of or I think is even funny, really. But I gotta joke about it because I'm not gonna feel sorry
Well,
for myself.
say if you don't laugh, you'll cry,
Yeah,
type thing. Yeah.
absolutely.
And anyway, we need to get you off to have something to eat and maybe a nap.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Um.
napping for you should be easy. Just start talking to yourself and you'll just
Oh,
fade out.
stop it. One thing that helps is music. I can
Yeah.
perk right back up.
Right.
But anywho, guys. Yeah, once I get my sugar regulated, it'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, thanks for coming and hanging out. If you watched this from the beginning and made it all the way through, please leave a comment saying cuckoo cuckoo or something like that. I don't know how to spell that, do you?
No,
With a K or a C? I don't know.
I
Cuckoo
don't
cuckoo.
know.
I'd be like KUKUACHEW or something like that. Or CHU.
Um,
Cuckoo cuckoo.
I'm trying to remember who actually used that as part of the song.
Really? The Beatles.
It was the Beatles, I'm the Walrus?
I hate the Beatles though. I'm sorry.
No, I was thinking of something else. Somebody else did something similar to that, but I was mistaken. I was conflating a couple of things. Right. Well, as we're going to play the outro.
Yeah, of course.
Right. Okay. So
If we can find
before the
Streamlabs again.
okay.
Where are you?
Um,
There you are.
before we play the outro, it'll only be polite to say, especially to those who were here since the beginning, Bellywoods certainly.
Mm-hmm.
I suspect Lady Dragon's Blood, maybe. I don't
Is
know.
she still here?
But,
Oh, girl.
not sure. Not seen her say something for a while.
We didn't have.
Um,
Oh, we did.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So thank you. I
Mm. We love
can't
you.
imagine the torment that we've put you through for the last 3.25 hours, but
Well, I think
thank you
we
much for
talk
bearing with
about a
us.
diverse, eclectic group of things. Kind
Yeah.
of. Our this show is stream of consciousness, definitely. There's never really a
Well,
subject for this one. Coffee time
well,
is just a chat
well.
with our friends.
Stream on my side, particularly in a couple of minutes when I go to the bathroom, and the
Mm.
unconsciousness your side.
Of consciousness, not unconscious. Ooh, boy, I'm gonna hit you. Say goodbye for now.
Goodbye for now.
I'll see you
Right.
later, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Take care. Be good.
Bye.